Good morning, gearheads. It's Sunday. That means football, cornhole, and the Blind Mike Project. Go to blindmike.net for all Blind Mike's links, including the link to Why Are You Laughing, now with new episodes released each week. On today's show, Blind Mike looks into Whitney Cummings, the Battle of the Andrews, Santino versus Schulz, Distefano, Opie versus Erock, and Stuttering John versus the Dues Pair. All that and more. And now your host, a man who with only words destroys boomer radio teams on a whim, Blind Mike Geary.
Hey. The reign of Craig continues.
I love Electra's intros so much.
Oh yeah, delightful. What? When she said my name, I heard a swoosh. What happened?
It was an explosion for no reason. It was great.
That's fun. Yes, thank you, Electra. Always good to hear her voice. It was nice. I'm not privy to the chat during the show, obviously, and I just happened to click on my phone reads to me, and I think I may have even done it by accident. Clicked on the very first comment we got in the chat this morning, and it was from a man named Thomas who said, "Good morning, all, and keep it stiff."
Yes, that's exactly what he said.
And I said, I hope that's the kind of good-natured jocularity that goes on. It warmed my heart. It was nice.
For the most part, that's what it was.
Good. I hope so. I hope that's representative because that made me smile. Thank you, Thomas. I will keep it stiff. And it's going to be near impossible for all of us not to remain stiff through this next hour because we've got a very special guest today.
That's right.
And his name, he only appears when Craig is on.
Swoosh.
There he is.
Now, was that a starch joke or was that an erection joke?
I made a starch joke.
Yeah, I know you did. No one's asking you.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear his starch
geez.
joke.
I'm hoping it's an erection joke.
It wasn't erection.
Boners up. Cardiff's here.
Yes,
All
that's
right.
exactly right. I don't think Cardiff, who's celebrating Halloween, I'm told.
Yes, he is.
He doesn't get enough credit
What
for
are you, blind?
He doesn't get enough credit for being cute.
Yeah.
He's very cute. You
What I
forget
tell everyone in my life.
you forget that. He's
I don't
adorable.
get enough credit for being cute.
Absolutely adorable.
I still have to have. I can't take things too. I've learned something, Mike.
Mhm.
I can't take things too seriously in the Dabbleberse.
It's good. I was worried.
Yeah. Sometimes it gets serious. It's
It
a little
does.
serious right now.
It's a little serious, and we're going to see some examples of that. And I thought a little levity was necessary, so I brought in the great Cardiff Electric, who he's got a heart out. He's a big deal, so we got to make this quick. We shifted the entire schedule. Usually we end with Dabbleverse. Today we're starting with it.
Exactly. Speaking of keeping it quick, so wait, your phone reads the chats to you?
Yeah, I have TalkBack
Fascinating.
on my phone, so I can touch. I can
Chat?
Yeah, I can touch areas of the screen and it reads to me.
That's pretty cool. Can I get that?
You can. It's just a setting in your phone, actually.
Oh, okay.
You need to know the secret blind handshake to get it.
Damn it, I knew it. It's always something.
That's
You
right.
blind people get all the perks.
Yeah. Yeah, we bump into you. That's the code. That's
I want
how you know
I want the good blind parking spot. That's what I want.
I don't have that. Everyone tells me I should get a handicap sticker for the old lady, but I don't have it.
Definitely.
My pride, my damn pride.
Yes, how dare you?
No, you walked me across this entire parking lot.
That's right. Before we get into real stuff today, let's tell them the business. Go to Cardiff Elect on YouTube. Is that right?
At Cardiff Elect, that's the new YouTube channel. You can go there. You can go to patreon.com/Cardiff Electric. That's the best place to go.
Okay. I've always thought, I've been telling people that. They're like, I'm on YouTube, and I go to his Patreon. That's the best spot.
Yeah, that's the place to be. Post a lot of stuff on there. Exclusive stuff on there.
Sexy stuff.
Oh yeah. Owner page.
And go to blindmike.net. That's where you can find my Patreon. Once you're done on Cardiff's Patreon, once you've
You'll never be
scoured
done.
every nook and cranny.
You'll be there forever. Once you go in, you never come out.
I understand. But if you make it out, check out mine as well, or become a member on YouTube if you're
And if you are dying, by the way, any of your audience that is dying, go there now and sign up for a lifetime subscription, please.
Oh yeah, hurry up.
Reoccurring.
Tell
Set
your
up reoccurring
family, don't
payments.
cancel this card. I
got
bequeath
Yes.
onto you Cardiff's Patreon.
Mike, I got some guff last week for not reading member milestone chats. I have one I have to read right now. It is from Tom Myers. 5 months.
Oh, that's always worth it.
5-month member. Have a great show, gents. Included as an extra gifted membership since I didn't do it last week. Someone's doing well.
Oh, thank you, Tom. Pish posh. That's
The
very
best joke
generous.
he's ever written.
Yeah, that's not nice.
Well, Cardiff, I think he's a very funny guy and an underappreciated comic of his
Yeah.
day. So
I have my opinions.
yeah, I understand. Tom, don't listen to this
Don't point
troublemaker.
at me. Don't point at me. Point down.
He's a troublemaker.
Yeah.
All right, should we get into this? I wanted Cardiff here because there's a lot of John messiness, frankly. That
John
I
Tent.
It's John Tent that I want to wade through, and I needed the legs of Cardiff Electric to do it. This Avariza stuff I'm interested in. It's weird. But before we play any clips or get into it, what do you make of this character? This thing, this mutant, as Craig calls it.
How dare you? She's a lovely, lovely big-titted woman.
A beautiful woman, yes.
Beautiful, stunning, just like Chrissy Mayer. I've been all over with Ava, but watching if you've watched the clip with her and John the other night with Nasty Neil,
yeah,
like her. Wait, actually, anything where she gets into an argument with anyone, you could see there's
mental illness.
I don't know if it's of course, but
yeah.
no,
Easy,
it's
guys, easy.
She's argumentative for the sake of being argumentative, right? Like
Yeah,
she's dug in her heels, her Louis Vuittons.
Yeah,
She's dug them in, and she's not pulling back. But her arguments a lot of times just like she does. I watched her with Shuli, and she was kind of like when she was saying like the way he was debating, his debate style. It was unfair. It was like asking her those kind of closed questions.
yeah.
And she does the exact same fucking thing when she's arguing with Nasty Neil.
Poor Nasty Neil. That was an abomination. What happened to Neil?
Yeah.
To explain.
Good for
Craig,
him.
To explain
Nasty Neil stood up to those two bullies.
He did. And Craig and the others who aren't aware of this, Nasty Neil. So there's a lot going on with John and Avariza and Shuli's producer, Frog. We'll get into it. But the crux of it is Frog asked Ava to contact John's trans child and start a relationship with them or something. We'll get into all of that.
And she drove by the home.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
But
very
Nasty Neil, all Nasty Neil said is, he goes, I don't know if Shuli knew about that. And they attacked him. they called him a cocksucker over and over again.
Repeatedly.
John goes, this piece of shit is he's dead to me. He's dead to me. Because Nasty Neil was like, yeah, I don't know if Shuli knew or not. I'm really not sure. They were like, you're a piece of shit. And they threw him off the show. It was crazy to watch. And then, of course, John deleted it. But
the Doom has the clip.
Yes. Shout out to Doom. We got a few Doom clips today and a Stalin 19 clip as well, I think. So shout out to those guys. Because John is back to his old ways of deleting everything that he does. Mm-hmm. That was a big Craig, I don't know if you
can always ask me, Blind Mike.
Cardiff.
I can get you whatever you need.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
But what I wanted is John to become a lawyer. That was my great dream. Is that rat Anthony Cumia would have to pay for John's law school, and John is in a courtroom defending some poor sap. And it seems like we're gonna have to wait for that because John was very busy with his DVR.
He needed a couple days to figure out the DVR setting. We'd have to push. Now I kind of understand that. I think John might have some of the same mental illnesses that I have.
Okay.
But when I have something that I need to get done, like it's top of mind, top priority, I can almost not focus on anything else.
Sure, I understand that. But did you think the DVR, Craig, what we're referring to is like right now, if you're watching live, you could rewind.
I don't recommend it though.
You could go back and hear the wacky banter that Cardiff and I had to start the show, and you can relive that over and over again if you like.
Not recommended.
There's a setting on YouTube to make it so that you can't do that while we're live.
A lot of the big shows are doing it these days.
Yes. Yeah, we're still small potatoes, so we don't do it.
Yeah.
But that was not a potato joke. I just realized I did that. But the problem is, John needed a few months. He set aside a few months to see if he could get that operating.
He pushed aside all the LSAT study guides and brought in all the DVR instructions.
It was going to be in January, and he goes, "I'm not going to be able to take that test. I got to get this DVR figured out first."
A lot of loose ties and Chinese food in the middle of the night, trying to.
yeah, that's right.
And all this in an effort to strike OJ, which he was successful in doing.
Which he did, right?
He did. OJ cannot live stream for an undetermined amount of time.
Kidding aside, I don't like that. I don't like to hear that. And does John not realize that's the sort of thing now people are going to try and strike him for doing the same thing? I think like minutes after he struck OJ, he was playing Killer's song or something on his show.
Yeah, he's very stupid.
All right, should we get into clips now?
Please.
All right, so we can just play them in the order I sent, Craig. Where are we beginning?
Start with number 3.
John's kid.
Yeah, so this is where it all begins. The stuff with Frog and Ivoriza was on Point Dabble Point, and just brings this up, this is all weird. Like people think I like moralize. It's just weird to me. Step back for a second. This is weird and uncomfortable, and I don't know why anyone would want to be involved in this type of shit.
No one knows if you're talking about transitioning or this clip right now. I don't
dare you.
It's all weird to me.
I mean, y'all have said a lot of bad things about me, but I never read the exchange with me and Frog about how you guys were trying to get me to secretly befriend John's trans son here and manipulate them to get intel for you.
Who Frog sent you a message saying that?
Wow. He called. He said, "Can I call you?" And y'all had
if you could pause it.
And then,
because when I was watching this live, and I was kind of starting to side with Ava a little bit. Ava, whatever the fuck.
Okay.
Like it did seem like every time she was trying to make a point, Carl and Shuli were kind of like jumping on her. Lucy and Earl David Reed were just watching this episode. It was those three, as far as I'm concerned. But they did seem to kind of jump on her a lot. So I was like, hey, she's not getting a shot. But then when she got her shots, she did the exact same tactic.
I don't love I think you're correct that they were doing that a little bit. But anytime I've watched Ava argue, it's you're not letting me talk. 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 So eventually just talk. Just start talking.
Maybe I'm being gaslit. You're right.
No, but there is I do think there's an element because they say they want an opposing view. But when someone is on there, it's tough for them because like Ava will make a point and be like, I don't think John's all that bad. And then she has 4 people go, what do you mean? What are you, a fucking idiot? And then you're like, Jesus Christ. So I do get where it's hard to argue the other side when everyone, including the entire audience, is like, fuck you. Like they already have their mind made up on John.
Yeah.
You know?
he proposed that idea to me. And then when I didn't do it, you coincidentally stopped having me on the show.
I don't recall any of this, first of all. I've never once included.
We're gonna get the X-Files. Come on.
But Carl, isn't that interesting that they?
Yes, that's why I said you should have led with that.
They were like,
right. It sounds like Ava needs to come back. It sounds like Ava needs to come back.
Yeah.
But hold on. How come this has never come up on John's show?
It's a good point. Seems like good fodder.
Because I don't like read personal things out.
Wait. So you hate my guts. You hate my guts. You hate everything I'm about. But yet you've never brought this up to John.
No.
Yeah, so it seems weird, and evidently this happened. So Frog admitted to it, basically, right? Like we'll get to he has screenshots and all this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So it did happen, and this to me is like, why are you doing this? You know, like why? I know the answer is always like, oh well, John does this type of shit. That's to me the exact reason you don't do it. You are stooping to this idiot's level and you're giving him a reason to go, see, they're going after my family. And if you just step back for a second, like what good does it do anyone if John's kid responds to Ava and is like, "Oh yeah, my dad's a deadbeat," and then you read that on air? Like, are we like, we knew it? Like, what good does it
Finally, the evidence, the final nail in the deadbeat coffin.
Yeah, like, what does it prove? What are we getting out of it?
I think I mean I think it's just to get under John's skin. That's all it is.
Sure.
Just to irritate him. But yeah, I get it. It's going too far.
I guess my thing with all this stuff is always like, well, I wouldn't want someone doing that to my family. You know?
I have to say,
even if I was shitty to them.
Once this all came out this week, I stopped emailing John's youngest son.
Oh, good.
I said, no more. Me and Oscar, I cut him off. I unfriended him on Facebook.
Yeah.
I said, we're done, pal. I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore.
Dad, I lost a friend today.
He said it's not you, it's you.
Yeah, so I've noticed like people get mad at me when I say that because they're like, you don't realize what John has done to Shuli's family or Frog's family. It's like, no, I totally get it. All I'm saying, like, I get the instinct why you'd want to go to those levels. But what I'm saying is you're giving John what he wants, first of all. And you're just in this mess where now you're doing the same stuff he does. Like, it actually is a win for John when you do that because he can run his mouth over and over again. They tried to go after my family. They contacted my kid. Don't you think that's crazy? And to anyone he's describing that to, you're just like, oh, yeah, that is weird. You know what I mean? Like, if you step back for a second, you're like, oh, John's in the right on this one. They contacted his I know it's a 30-year-old. I keep saying child, but like his family in general.
At this point, I think the argument on both sides, and I'll just say Shuli and John. Yeah. On both sides, the argument of who did what first is irrelevant.
Yes, that's my thing. Is they keep going, well, John did this first, or well, and John's the greatest, the greatest arbiter of this, where he's like, they drew first blood. He says that over and over again. At this point, it's been 6 years. Like, who gives a fuck?
It's continued. You've both continued.
Yes.
Next, we have messages.
Yeah, so this is producer Joe saying, I did do this, but Ava is not necessarily innocent in all of this. And this is where it gets even messier.
I get the sense that Knight isn't going to accept a friend request.
No, who wrote that? You, Frog?
No, this is a message from her to me since she wants to show and talk about DMs. This is a message she sent to me after she sent Knight a friend request on Instagram.
Wait a minute. So she didn't tell you to go fuck off when you
right.
When you had that.
No, there's two things I want you to note here is number one, the date, April 28th, and number two, the angry emoji that she used.
Okay, got it.
Right. But she's angry at you.
But it was what I did was so horrible, and she was so offended by it. Right on April 28th.
Right.
Okay.
Got it.
Right. Well, she's probably really heartbroken about it.
Later that same day.
Oh, she was on that same day.
Yeah, and if you notice in the clip from PDP, she says, after I didn't do that, you guys stopped sending me the link. The very day she said that Knight didn't accept her friend request, she had the link.
Yeah, so this is just a person that wants attention. Like, we'll do whatever. Like, she'll be on whatever side as long as she can get attention and do the show. And
the first time she was on the Uncle Rico show, she was having a blast.
Yeah,
like she was loving it. She's like, I got him. We got John. John's an idiot. Like she was all. It's very strange how she's transitioned her opinion.
I was gonna say
that's what they do, isn't it, Craig?
No way.
Now, what's interesting to me though is those messages were in April. They said
yes, April 20th.
Wasn't she on a bunch like over the summer? She was like fairly regularly. I thought I remember that. No, am I crazy?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she was on quite a bit.
Yeah, but way more than I thought was necessary. You know?
Yeah, obviously.
And this is the other problem is now like you have this person on your show all the time, and now you're like, she's not entertaining. She's an idiot. It's like, yeah, she was not entertaining when you had her on either. But just because she disagreed with John, you're like, good one, Ava. You know, like that's the other aspect of it I don't like is like when someone agrees with you, they're great, and when they disagree with you, they're terrible. And again, John does the same thing. these are the things that everyone is guilty of that I'm trying to shine a light on here and say, don't be better than him. Like, I don't get why you're stooping to this idiot's level.
Yeah, it's a low bar.
Yeah, so Ava, the other thing, I heard this the other day. I was listening to John, and it was a quick thing. John didn't even really spend too much time on it. But I heard Ava say, I'm majoring in, is it psychology or something? And I'm focusing on NPD and BPD, narcissistic personality disorder and borderline personality disorder. Is it possible that she is studying John for class, or she will make the worst psychologist on the planet Earth if she doesn't realize the specimen she has in front of her?
I mean, the worst is already working with Howard Stern. But
Yeah.
she might be the second. Yeah, this theory has floated earlier too, that this is a project. This is her thesis.
It's interesting. She's really getting in the weeds by calling Neil a cocksucker over and over again. She's really gotten into character if it's an undercover job. But
the reaction Nasty Neil had to being referred to as a cocksucker was rather interesting.
No, I called Neil a cocksucker. Let's watch how he reacts.
It's a very homophobic saying, you know.
Yes, well, she's not gay, Craig. Or I guess she is gay.
We asked her about we asked her about this. She called in a Bedabbling Live last week, or Tukey Soup last week. And I don't think we ever got a definitive answer because apparently she's a woman and likes women. And likes women, yeah.
Yeah.
So straight.
Yeah, I guess.
No.
She's just like me. She's a guy with tits.
Yeah.
And Krager's.
Did he have bottom surgery?
I don't believe so.
Straight as hell.
Get off on your own time, pal.
Next we have Shuli responding.
Okay, so let's hear Shuli's, because again, I get it. It's just like you're giving John what he wants. I do understand this argument.
I never said we are the moral high ground. We just said we like breaking.
Yeah, and certainly not me, by the way. Like, who the fuck? Find the clip of anyone ever saying I'm a good person.
Yeah, I've had to.
It's a tough defense to argue when you're like, well, I'm a bad guy, and you're like, that. Oh, all right. Damn, I don't really have a response now.
Idiot down for a long time, and part of me, well, not part of me, I understand. Like when this fucking guy takes pictures of your wife and puts them online, who has nothing to do with any of it, and starts fucking ripping on the wife because he doesn't have the balls or the ability to goof on the person who's actually fucking with him. Like, I get people being so upset that they stoop to his level. There was definitely a fucking ugly run of this show for a little bit when shit got real personal. Right. I know it, and you know, I've argued with many different people many different times about not going there. Doesn't mean I don't understand somebody wanting to do that. I get that.
Shuli, while Ava was on PDP talking about the messages, he was on his show doxing Luigi Greenberg.
Right.
Which
I'm ready, willing, and able.
By the way, I reached out to Luigi Greenberg. I will keep our exchange private for the most part. Good. But he did. I just wanted to say this. He sent me a video. He goes, "You haven't seen my video?" And he sent me a video that is mostly text on the screen with music behind it. And I said, "I cannot see this." And he goes, "Oh, I didn't realize that was real. Let me explain." And then he explained what was in the video. But I was like, why does everyone think it's a joke? I don't get it.
I don't.
They should question his lawyering. You know,
they should. The frog thing is interesting.
Yeah,
and that's actually a good point that Shuli made. Like, Frog, I've met the man. He's great. He's always been very nice to me. He's a very nice guy. His wife, though, okay, he's a piece of shit. His wife is the most lovely woman I've ever met in my life. She's fantastic, and she suffers from a debilitating disease.
Oh, well, hold on. You're spoiling a little. John addresses that in a clip we have. Don't worry about that, Cardiff.
But again, I think it's you almost kind of have to. There's one thing I've learned in this Dabbleverse. It's like if you want to talk Israel and Palestine, we can do that too, right? You can. There's both sides need to see a little bit of the other side's fucking argument.
Yes.
Right. Like you have to have a little bit of empathy.
To Shuli's point, I also get it. I guess my thing is like when I watch the guys doing this, it's like I think there's, and I have it too, where I always think about like trying to reach out to interview, like have a one-on-one with John or something like that. I'm not really on his radar that much. He knows my name is bad when he sees it, but
he knows your real name.
He does know my real name, which is another thing. Like if people are wondering why I don't give out my address, it's because John, with such glee, spelled my last name, thinking it was private information.
Yeah.
But bad guy like, who want, and the reason you do that, the reason you give out someone's personal information, the reason he always wants to give out Cardiff's name, whatever, is because he hopes his hands will basically be clean, but someone else will do something bad to you with that information. Someone will try and get you fired from your job. Someone will show up at your house, whatever it is. Like that's the hope when you do that type of stuff. And there's an instinct, like that's where I was going, was I have this thought of like, maybe if John talks to me, I'll get him to realize everything. And then you realize how dumb that is.
I went that route before.
Yeah, you realize it's never going to happen. No. So I think when people do this, they're like, oh, well, tit for tat. I'll do to John what he did to me. And then he'll realize, like, oh, fuck. I shouldn't do this to people. But there's never going to be that moment. So my thing is, like, when you go after John's family, because he went after years, he's just going to keep doing that. All you're doing is asking for that to continue by stooping to John's level. That's my only point with all that.
Mutually assured destruction.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You're saying I never want this to end, basically.
Yeah. Next, we have measured stuttering John response. This is the one.
So John, as always, remains cool, calm, and collected. And he says, well, surely that's an interesting point. You see how Frog could do something like that. I will volley. I'll volley back a measured response.
And shout out Doom for the clips.
Yes, thank you, Doom.
Oh, and by the way, you stupid fuck. One of you fucking losers who believe the shit where you're out of your fucking minds. And guess what, you dickheads? I figured it out. I'm sitting there last night and this morning. I'm like, okay, wait a second.
Just for context,
draw first blood.
He's screaming on the third floor of his mother's house. All of this, as well as mother is trying to nap.
Yes, and people are getting ready for a wedding.
Yes.
But hold on. Have I been kind? Not at that fucking wedding, Uber driver. Not at that fucking wedding.
So here's what he's screaming about. Shuli, and I believe you guys, right? The Tookster?
Oh, Tukey did. I wasn't there.
Okay. Well, that rascal Tukey.
I think Ralph might have been there.
You guys watched a clip from John's ex-wife's wedding where John's kid gave a speech and talked about how safe they are now with their new dad, basically.
Finally.
Now that is again something that like I wouldn't do just because like I don't want videos of my family getting played. You know what I mean? Like, even if you find them on Facebook or whatever, I wouldn't like that, so I don't do it to other people.
And to be honest, I asked Tukey not to play. Like I said, I don't think we should do this. But we did it.
Sure, but it happened.
Yeah.
And now John uses that as this ammunition when in 2 seconds John called Tukey's mom to tell him he's been bad. Like in 2 seconds, John would play that if the equivalent. So that I guess that's what I'm saying. By playing that video, you're giving John what he wants and stooping to his level. It's not even like a moral issue where I'm saying it's wrong to play that. It's just you're fueling that fire that John really wants badly. He actually wants you to. That's what's gross about it. He's hoping you find more about his kids and talk about it so that he can fuel that anger.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Now, what's interesting about this is he did strike Tukey's channel for this.
Yeah.
Tukey lost live streaming for a little bit when this was going on. But again, I don't want to go back to the who did what first.
Right.
But in this case, the person that played the wedding video first on their YouTube channel is a regular guest on John's show today, Vince the Lawyer.
Right.
The person who played the video first on YouTube.
And that's where it's an insufferable, never-ending, where it's like, you did this, but technically, like John's okay with Vince playing it because Vince helped him on the lawsuit, but he's not okay
for the fucking lawsuit. Vince admitted to it yesterday.
Oh, really?
He called in to be dabbling live yesterday, and he said indirectly he's funding this lawsuit. He said the words. I asked him the question, and he said, "I'm not directly, but indirectly, I'm funding this lawsuit."
Vince, I have plenty of thoughts about Vince, but he's kind of a mastermind. Like he is.
To what end? I don't understand.
I have no idea. He's just a puppet master that enjoys fucking with John, and I like when John is like, "I know he's trolling me, but sometimes he isn't," and it's like, okay, so you don't know.
Bushlight troll.
Wait a minute. Two of them were minors. Two of them were fucking minors.
That's a good trade.
He acts like he's talking about pornography.
Yeah.
You were watching it, and two of them were underage.
Nobody was jacking off to it. Don't worry.
What was a romantic day?
Right? You're going to come after me? Right? Isn't that what you said last night? You want to come after me? Bring it. Bring it. You fucking pathetic little worm.
He can never figure out how to shut that ringer off.
And all those fucking assholes. Oh, Vince is always trolling me. Right, Dr. Steve?
Yes.
Watch it.
Right? Person I don't mention. Who lied about me striking his Patreon when I never did.
Who is that, Chad?
That's Chad, yeah.
Okay.
For some reason, he won't say his name. He's the
right person I won't mention. Now listen here, person I won't mention. I've got a lot to say to you.
Here, let me give you the decoder ring.
Yeah.
Person I won't mention is Chad Zumach.
Mm-hmm.
Lardif is me.
I picked up on that.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay. That should keep you up to date.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We got the codes.
Yeah.
To grift. I never struck you. You use that to make money, and you know it. And don't you fucking say anything.
Believe that,
I wouldn't even know it was up there. You deserve to get struck, though, you piece of shit.
He's very, very, very measured, and he's in this war of striking people. Literally, he said something today where he's like, I think, or maybe
today. Today he said, I woke up again. Oh,
yeah, he was on this morning. I don't know if you heard that.
Was he on this morning?
Oh yeah, he was subdued, John, this morning.
Oh,
yeah.
for fuck's sakes! I missed that. I woke up late this morning.
But it might have been last. It was Keanu saying like, "Hey, John, you don't have this tribalism where like if if people don't like someone, you're not allowed to do their show."
Well, that was
whatever.
last night. Yeah.
And John goes, "Oh no, never." And with no sense of irony or anything, Keanu gets up to take a phone call, and John goes, "Listen here, Nasty Neil, you are dead to me. You did the Shitwayers show. You're dead to me."
Yeah,
it's great. How can you not love this? I don't get how you. When people say like, "Oh, the Dabbleverse is gross" or whatever, I don't get how you're not at least a little fascinated by it. It's interesting.
Next we have First Blood.
Yeah, well, Cardiff knows all about this. Cardiff drew First Blood once.
I did.
Yeah.
I scared his son.
Well, let's get back to the fucking. Let's get back to the steak and potatoes.
That's my favorite. Okay? Listening to this earlier, I was like, "That's my favorite John quote ever."
Let's get back to the steak and potatoes.
Push the dessert aside for a second. Back to the steak and potatoes.
No, steak and potatoes.
To the fucking. Let's get back to the steak and potatoes. Okay. I never drew first blood. And single wide, I don't want to hear you fucking feigning all your outrage because I happen to retaliate to all you little scumbags for fucking with my family. And I did so. I had a picture of your fucking wife. Oh, I'm supposed to know she's got MS?
That to me is such a great quote.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, I'm supposed to know. Boo, your wife has MS. How was I? I was just trying to dox a regular lady.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And you can make, I look, I believe comedy is, you know, if you're making jokes, if you're busting ball, you can make fun of people with MS.
Of course.
I think it's some of the best jokes I've ever heard in my life were directed towards people with MS. It's fantastic.
Sure, yes.
Yeah. But my point before was I understand Frog that really getting to him.
Yes.
When this woman that he loves and cares for and like I say, if you met him, the way he cares for that woman, like he loves that woman more than anything.
Yeah.
And when somebody's going after that, especially all she's going through, he just wants blood. That's where I try to be better at making it known that I do understand that, because I've noticed like in like comments and stuff, people think I'm like wagging my finger but what I'm trying to say is like that will never. I get being like, hey, fuck John because he fucked with my wife who I care about a lot. I didn't want her dragged into this, whatever. All I'm saying is messaging John's kid is giving him what it's actually not retaliating. Yeah. It's saying, hey, John, here's content on your show for 2 weeks. You know, I can understand it and not agree with it. Yes, correct.
What do I have, a crystal fucking ball? What am I, no fucking ball?
That's what you need. You go to a psychic and you're like, I'm feeling something. I think Frog's wife is suffering from a disease. My powers don't exactly tell me what.
Considering one of the first videos he got of Frog was him at an infusion clinic.
He probably just hangs out there.
Yeah. Just to fuck with cancer patients.
And they got a good spread.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to fucking know? The fuck? You think I don't even know about you slimy fuck? And I'm supposed to know something about your wife?
Imagine like yelling this at someone. Imagine like yelling at someone. I didn't know your wife had MS.
But you know now, maybe
right.
Walk away.
Yeah, you know now and go, hey, my bad. That was too far.
Let's move on.
You know what? That one, I still think I'm in the right and all this stuff. That one was too far. You can't say that, John.
Oh, well, those pictures were on his Instagram and on his dating sites. Your wife's pictures were on a Facebook. What's the difference?
I searched sickly woman on Facebook. And I saw all kinds of pictures.
The diff. I'll fucking wait.
Oh, you missed a nice drool there, Mike.
Oh,
that was
good.
Spit drool.
Describe it to me if you could. How succulent was it?
It was full.
Yeah, it had weight to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Is like he's so happy. He's so happy right now that people were going after his kid because he's like, oh, I am on easy street. It's like if tomorrow Whitney Cummings comes out with a third podcast spiraling about Riyadh, I'm like, all right. Already got stuff for Sunday. That's exciting. That's what John thinks if you go after his kid or call his mom on Christmas Eve or whatever.
Next we have Brennan.
Oh yeah, so Kevin Brennan showed up at John's gig the other night at the Stress Factory, the famous Vinnie Brand Stress Factory.
We were watching it live.
Oh, that's exciting.
On Thursday Night Hackdown.
So Kevin Brennan showed up and he was hoping to ruin the event. He had some noisemaker with him that he was going to sound off or something. And listen to what John focuses on when he hears this clip. Like, this is what I'm talking about, where it truly never ends with this guy.
Are you guys here to muscle me?
No, there's no muscle.
Are you guys what?
I said he's been a tool for 30 years from Stuttering.
Yeah, so this is what he gets. I'll just wait for him.
Yeah, but you can't wait for him on this property.
No, I'll just wait for him outside on the sidewalk. What?
I said he's been a tool for 30 years from Stuttering.
Yeah, so this is what he gets. I'll just wait for him.
You can't wait.
You can't, hold on. You can't even really hear. It sounds like it's clipped weird. It sounds like maybe he's saying John was a tool for 30 years on the Stern Show.
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said.
Okay, because like the context seems weird where maybe he was saying something different. It sounds a little off. But listen to how John reacts to that.
Yeah,
I know. That's why I said he's this guy.
I said he's been a tool for 30 years from Stuttering.
He's trying to work out who it
I'll
is.
just wait for him.
Yeah, but you can't wait for him on this property.
I'm just waiting for him.
I'm gonna send this to Vinny
There you go.
because that's bullshit.
Maybe he's just trying to pacify him. You know?
No, him, a tool.
Did you take like a picture of him and Tommy to the club?
No.
Oh, because they said there was like their picture was up in the window or something.
Yeah, I didn't put it up there. But I don't. That's,
No, I just wondered.
Vinny, I'm not doing that. I mean, he'll accuse me of that, just like he accused me of not paying for Ray's drinks when I did.
This guy, it's always something with this fucking guy where if you didn't catch it, what he was saying was, oh, this guy called me a tool. I'm going to get him fired.
I'm going to call his boss. The guy who protected him.
I'm going to send this video. What the guy was doing, by the way, and Clay Dabbler nailed it, where he's like, maybe he's just trying to pacify Kevin.
Kevin called him a tool first. That's why he said. That's why he said he's been a
yeah.
tool for 30 years. He's like, he just go away, go across the street. He's a tool.
That's what I meant. Where the context almost seems like maybe he's not even saying what it sounds like he's saying. So yeah, that's exactly right. Where he's like, he's just repeating what Kevin said. Oh yeah, he's a tool. Whatever, go away.
Yeah, he's talking him off the ledge. Just go back.
John
to the other
sees that, and his instinct is, I'm going to ruin this guy's life. We don't have any fucking idea what his financial situation is, his family situation. John is going to contact Vinny Brand.
I didn't know he had 7 kids with MS. How was I supposed to know he needed the insurance?
What do I have, a crystal ball? It would be great. It'd be great if everyone John went after was severely impacted by MS in some way.
I hope that kid, that guy, all his children die because of Stuttering John. When he loses health benefits.
And his favorite phrase is, how was I supposed to know?
Yeah.
I don't know, John, because you're a 60-year-old man. Try knowing some things. I don't know.
How about using some of that life experience to make better judgments in these situations?
Yeah. So are we at our what I think is the best part of today, Craig?
The one you sent me this morning?
Yes.
If you do want, though, I have backstage the picture that he referred to at the front of the Stress Factory.
Oh, sure. I guess we should see that, right?
A printed picture of if you can get it, Craigers.
Why isn't it up there?
Because you have something else. StreamYard thanks. So at the front of the club, there was a picture of Kevin Brennan and Tommy Jordan.
Okay.
With written "wanted" along top. Call manager if they show up.
Is that real?
This is real. This was taken from we had spies. We had spies on the ground. Spies on the ground.
If you're John, to kind of go the theme of today, don't you want them to ruin? Like, just let them show up and ruin the show, and then you can be like, "Oh God, it's so terrible what happened to me."
No, hey, John said all you had to do was text me. I would have put you on the list. But he put a picture. Print is not working.
That's my new favorite thing is where he's like, Kevin Brennan's like, yeah, the guy showed up at my house. I'm going to show up at the Stress Factory. And John's like, you invited me to your house. And then he plays the clip, and Kevin's like, all right, you're going to threaten me? Show up. I don't give a fuck.
You invited me to the Stress Factory. Again, the only people that have shown up to people's homes in this universe so far are John.
Yeah.
At Zumach.
Yeah. Well, John was invited. So,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So this was last night, I guess. Keanu was on with John, and she was talking about how she opened for John at the Stress Factory. They were recapping. John is very drunk and hitting on her. Mm-hmm. And Missy B, Anthony Cumia's girlfriend, says, hey, send me the link. And Keanu was like, oh, I'm not going to send you the link. And so Missy B calls her disloyal. And then it sparks this reaction from Keanu. John, by the way, has no fucking clue what's going on. The entire time he's like, Keanu, why you said I love you? Keanu was like, yeah, that's not what I'm talking about right now, jackass.
So what could you have possibly done to them? I thought I was just goofing around. I don't know.
We just did a great show. People loved the show. It was a great show. And I put you on. I think you wanted to be put on. And I did it because I wanted to hang out with you guys, right?
We had a blast, right? I just didn't expect that this just coming on
Well,
here
because,
now.
but here's the thing, Keanu. Anyone who likes me, they hate. You understand?
Yeah, but like I would expect two grown. This is kind of making me upset a little bit.
That can't be real, right?
Get rid of those tears, Keanu. Just show me your puss.
Well, you're not far off, Craig. That is kind of the route he takes at some point.
Let me lick your abs.
People that I like really like to not like, I don't know. I immediately called her. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like,
the funniest thing is
that's Doom doing that, by the way, not Kiana.
John is so blatantly reading other shit while she's crying.
Yeah, it's very sad. Penis Wrinkle has $5 and says, "John, you're a drunk."
The fucking I'm sorry, but the Nasty Neil clip.
Yeah,
there's a part where Nasty Neil is talking about these surgeries he's gone through and having half of his colon removed and shit, and his belly button is gone. And John's like, "It doesn't matter," like just not hearing a fucking word he's saying. It goes right back at him.
You have that somewhat wrong. What happened was someone asked Neil how he survived colon cancer.
Oh.
And then he went into that story. And then John goes, I'm seeing a lot of Z's in the chat here. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Neil didn't just start yammering on about it. Like, he was asked about it.
Oh,
and then John is like, yawn.
Yeah, people just love throwing that cancer around. Love using that cancer as a weapon.
How was I supposed to know he had cancer?
I just thought you were goofing around. How could I possibly know that? I don't know. It's just
I will say, if that was John, that would be fucking hilarious.
It would be a rare good instinct. But no,
Yeah.
of course, it's Doom with the good instinct.
I feel like weird about it. Like, I don't mean to be crying. I think I'm just
Look, don't worry. Don't worry. I'll be your friend.
No, I know. I'm actually just kind of exhausted of all of this.
Hold on,
Because
go back.
I can't.
I didn't give that enough credit. This woman is crying for some reason because Missy B isn't friends with her now. It's crazy that you're taking this seriously.
Well, they got on the phone apparently somewhere in between here.
They did, yeah.
Where she was yelling at her for 5 minutes.
Yeah, so Keanu's very emotional. And listen to how John consoles her. This is any woman in a state like this, and boys, we've all dealt with it. This is something nice that you could think about saying. This is how John makes sure everything's okay.
About it, like I don't mean to be crying. I think I'm just
Look, I love you, Keanu. I love you. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll be your friend.
Oh, good. I have everything I'll need.
Oh, gee, she wipes her tears. Oh, geez. All right. That I didn't realize. I had John. And that's a guy who wants to say he's not a narcissist, by the way. Like, Keanu is having some kind of meltdown here, and John's instinct is, hey, nothing to cry about. I'm your friend. That's all. That's all you need, sweetheart.
As long as I'm around, I'll always pound that box.
Oh, the other gross thing about this, by the way, he's just openly hitting on a man's wife.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Gino opened for John the other night, and he's openly he's saying, "I love you." Like, he's trying to flirt with her. It's gross.
Yeah, Gino, don't worry. I'd bend her over the table and give her all my. Don't worry, it's a compliment.
Yeah, that's how guys talk.
all of this because I can't keep up with everyone's fucking grudges all of the time. You know what I mean? Like, I have no idea. How am I?
Can I say? And listen, I've cried on air before. I'm not above it. I do think it's always funny when someone has a crying meltdown. Almost always. Mm-hmm. But what I would say is, if you're taking it this seriously, maybe take a break. Collect yourself and think: is it right to do this? If Missy B calling me a traitor for not giving the link to John's show has you in tears. Maybe step back for a moment and say, should I be doing this? Is this the right thing for me?
I want to hear about Keanu's 2 bad knees.
That's right.
Know that.
Dayton,
This
Ohio.
is a friend of mine. Like, I didn't realize that, like, that was like I don't know, she's screaming about me.
I'm really having fun with
yeah,
this.
like, how am I loyalty? I thought you were just fucking around. That's
Doom very rarely editorializes.
like I don't know. It kind of really just shocked me. That's all. Like, so. Well, the moral of the story is we had a fucking great time at the show, and then it's just everything, the aftershock of it after.
Pause.
I'm like,
I guarantee the next thing John says is how good his set is.
Oh, what does John say next?
Yeah. We had a great time. Yeah, my set was good, right?
Okay. All right, let's hear.
I did. How is somebody else's perception of it different than ours? Other than we had fun on stage, all three of us, and then everybody else has some kind of fucking crazy grudge, and I can't handle it. Like,
when you and I and Gino were in the green room, we were having the best time. We were loving each other.
We were loving each other.
I didn't want to tell you, but
equally. Me probably a little more than Gino, if I'm being honest.
I don't want to tell you, but Gino gave me permission.
Yeah, don't tell him. He said he wants it to be a surprise.
We were loving each other, and he's doing it the way like a 13-year-old with a crush, where he's trying to slip in that he loves her, and like almost hope she doesn't hear, but kind of hope she does hear. Because maybe she'll be like, John, I'm in love with you too.
If a homeless person walked in with a bucket of flowers, I guarantee John would have borrowed money from somebody to buy flowers for Kiki then.
Yes. A rose for my rose.
Yeah.
A great show, and now look at the ramifications. Just because we had a good time.
Can I tell you, and it's very Imholtian of them to be, they're really reflecting. They're thinking, why do these people hate us so much? Why does Missy B hate John?
Had a good time.
It's not because he calls her an anti-Semite on every public platform that he goes on. That's not it. It's probably that we're having a great time. You know why do all these people hate us? It's probably what we're doing right. That's what I should focus on.
hate that. They can't fucking stand it. And
they can't stand it. They're like, man, these three are having the time of their lives. Why can't I have that much fun?
People there were there to see you and have a drink and have a fun fucking time. Like, that was it. Like, they're looking for something to be upset about. I just didn't. I apologize to Missy. I just didn't even fucking realize that she wasn't goofing around. That's all. I don't know. Just an odd conversation.
Why is she so mad? I never done a bad thing for her.
No,
he calls her a Nazi. He brings up old tweets of her. Calls her a Nazi.
Every Hitler's birthday, we get a reminder from John.
Yes,
who wished them happy birthday.
He talks about her looks, how unattractive she is. I mean, that's just minus stuff, you know.
Yeah, John, I don't know either. Like, I thought it was all just like funny. I thought they just like
hilarious.
On you like anybody else likes goofing on me or like scoofing on.
I call you a Nazi. He calls me a drunk. It's all in good fun.
But I still don't understand why Missy B would have got upset.
I don't either.
That doesn't make any sense.
And I think the show is late at night, and she said something like, "I think the Kumis have had a few too many." Maybe they were just drinking, and I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, it is weird that if she's actually angry, I don't know why that would be.
Yeah. I mean, I know she probably wanted to get on and fuck with John a bit, but to get angry about it. I mean, I went on this show. Yeah, I got the link last night.
You did?
Blocked instantly.
Oh, that's too
he said,
you should have worn a different disguise.
I've tried that too. It doesn't work.
Okay.
I instantly heard, oh, and then click. You've been blocked. I believe the quote was, "Who sent the potato the link?"
Have you ever tried? Well, maybe I'll message you off there. Never mind. Yeah.
So
I know what you're going to say, and yes.
Okay.
What was she yelling about? Saying that you switched sides?
Because the moment I got on here and I went, oh, Missy texted me. She wants the link. I thought she was goofing around. Obviously, I didn't send it to her. And then I called her immediately, and I just was like, and then it was a very odd conversation, but I didn't know whomever's beef is with whomever. I have no idea, but I can't fucking keep up with it. I couldn't possibly. I was
like Keanu's kind of an annoying figure because it's like she is friends with all these people and then not friends, and then she has information on them but doesn't, and she's like, I don't know who's like. That's what her show is about, right? Is all this drama? Like she goes on Kevin's show and she talks about the Dabbleverse and stuff. You can't really play the like, oh, I don't know nothing about nothing. I don't know any of these people.
And I mean, they had their whole drama at the Villa Roma with the Schizo Sean, and
yeah, they're always in the middle of this, but also
and,
like they never know anything. And Gino hates the Dabbleverse, and all. It's like they're a very annoying couple.
Did you catch the clip of Gino and Tommy Jordan outside?
I don't.
Where
believe I did. No.
I'll see if I can find it for you. I'll send it. But they almost got into a fight.
Oh, really?
Like Gino was out there yelling at Tommy Jordan how it's not funny just to talk loudly and yell over people. I'm like, it's exactly what you're doing, Gino. But Tommy Jordan at one point said, like, wait, what? What did you say? Like, it was kind of, there was a moment where if Gino didn't walk away, there might have been a fight.
Oh,
Gino was really going after him. Yeah.
Well, Gino, I saw a great comment once on some video about Gino and Keanu, and they said that Gino and Keanu are the old couple that bought beers for the kids and want to hang out after.
Yeah.
It's like that's really what they are. Like they just want to hang with people and have a good time, and it's never that because they don't bring a good time with them.
No.
Oh, I think we're pretty much we're more or less done with that. It's more John going, "I love you," and we'll play it for a few more seconds. See if John goes off again.
John, you've been nothing but fucking nice to me, and like even
I'll always be nice to you.
Until
there we go.
Wait for it.
I don't have any problem with you and Gino.
I just want you to know I'm not selfish either.
In the bedroom or otherwise.
I'll take care of you.
All right. Cardiff, I know Cardiff has to get out of here, so we will let him get on with his day. But Cardiff, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure. Cardiff, why don't you tell the folks where they can find your stuff?
What do you mean?
Plug Cardiff Electric.
Oh, I thought you wanted the address to my storage unit. Patreon.com/Cardiff Electric. That's the best place to like and support the potato. You can join for free, or you could join on a paid membership. Obviously, you get different things with different things. At Cardiff Elect on YouTube, at Cardiff Elect on Twitter or X, and I'm on Instagram, I guess. But that's it. I'll be back next week on the Blind Mike Project. I just invited myself. See what I did there?
I won't be there though.
Oh, fuck it then.
Thank you, buddy.
2 weeks.
Always a pleasure. Go check out Cardiff Electric. We love him here and love having him on. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Gagia. Isn't that nice to have the potato on? A Halloween-themed potato?
Yeah, we ran out of time because there's a lot of super chats, and I assume somewhere towards him.
Oh, shit. I didn't even think of that. Well, I'm sure he's watching still, folks. Don't worry.
Tom Myers gifted 2 memberships.
Oh, thank you. Tom, you're too much. Thank you, buddy.
Tickle Me Tukey, $5. It took Blind Mike to get Cardiff to admit that he was a mental tard. Great. Now my baby is half a tard. And thank you, OJ.
I don't know if I get all that, but you're welcome.
Mickey, ELD, SEK20. I don't know what denomination that is. Blind Mike from the Doom clip.
Yes, that's right. Shout out Doom.
LeBurn Mystic gifted 5 Blind Mike Project memberships.
Thank you. Sounds like chaos is happening at the Coney house.
Yeah, the dog's going nuts.
How many do you have? It sounds like a pack of dogs.
It's just one. Just one. Labyrinth Mystic, $2. Hatfields in the McCoys.
That's crazy.
I would go get him to stop, but it's upstairs, so I
understand.
Labyrinth Mystic, $2. Hatfields and the McCoys, Egars and the Melendezes.
Yes. All right.
No, there's more. Labyrinth Mystic, $5. From different shows, Ava has claimed male, trans woman, female, inconsistent. Shuli also said they didn't send Ava undercover. This is all Ava. Yuck.
Yeah, Ava's Definitely an annoying figure. I can't figure out if there's undercover work happening, but the idea that she's studying narcissism is very interesting to me.
Labyrinth Mystic, $2. Like Opie sicking the pests on another show.
We'll talk about the Opster in just a moment.
Suburban Tug Time, $5. My wife keeps asking me what these weekly YouTube charges are on our card. I should get a divorce. I will stop then.
Thank you, buddy. Don't ruin your marriage. We appreciate it, but it's not worth that, you know? That's great. I'm in a war with some guy. This guy's like, Mike ruined my marriage. I didn't know she had MS.
Beavis Lee Ray, $5. I want my $2 back, you loser. You hear me, John? This isn't over. I'm going to FOIA request the video of your DWI arrest, you piece of shit. I got your LICPLT.
I don't know what most of that means, but
license plate? I don't fucking know either. Colostomy Stephen Cunt, $5. Wizardry. That's all.
Okay.
Nilax 44, $5. Can someone explain to John that no one over the age of 11 gives a crap about drawing first blood?
And he loves that term because it makes him sound so dangerous, like he's in a war.
Stuttering Rambo.
They drew first blood. You really think like he's saying it like Frank Reynolds in the Rambo episode
yes,
of Always Sunny.
Exactly. Labyrinth Mystic, $5. New green screen background. John's mom's house with special animation of her cracking the door and looking in every X minutes.
That dog is trained to bark when there's an abomination happening to a child downstairs. When there's danger about, that dog goes off pretty good.
Labyrinth Mystic again. Holy shit, this guy is. I didn't realize. Again, $5.
Thank you, Labyrinth Mystic.
Yeah, another creep factor of John when talking ISO. Why don't we have to hear the ages in acts in the CP he got caught with? John, you sick fuck.
That's a new thing John started too, where he's like, frog's going after my kid. This is exactly like when Shuli had that pedophile producer. It's like, I don't know if it's exactly like that.
James R, $2. Nothing better. NFL Sunday with a dose of Cardiff. Well, too bad he couldn't hear that.
You know what? I think he's listening. I have a feeling he knows.
Stop me if you heard this one. Labyrinth Mystic, $2.
Thank you,
You
buddy.
can predict John's house sale, but not his wife's illness.
That's right. This episode brought to you by Labyrinth Mystic. Thank you, buddy.
Hey, we're listening here. £5.
Okay.
Every time you pause the video on John's face, it's the most potato-ish thing on the screen.
That's what they say. Drop the needle anywhere, and you're going to get a good John image.
Labyrinth Mystic, $2. Enjoy your MS wheelchair prison. Love, John.
Might be my favorite quote ever. Yeah, do you know that?
I don't.
John used to do this guy Quadfather, who's
Yeah.
a quadriplegic, used to do John's show.
Yes.
And then he betrayed John. And John went on a rant about it. And one of the great lines ever uttered in human history is, enjoy life in your wheelchair prison. Which is such a menacing, villainous thing to say. Like if they wrote that for Lex Luthor or something, they'd be like, well, no, we don't want people to hate him that much,
Right. Saucepan, $2. Go Pats. I kind of miss Casey. When's your next KMS?
Go Pats indeed. Let's see. I was on this past Thursday, so probably not this week, but the following. I think Bitches Week. Maybe.
Perfect.
I don't know. Yeah. Because I'm a bitch. That's what Craig said.
I can't make it. Colostomy Stephen Cunt, $5. Cartoon Vampire Potato, way better than cartoon producers football helmets. That's not nice.
I don't agree. Well,
yeah.
I don't know if I agree. I do love having Cardiff on.
Labyrinth Mystic, $2. Our disdain for Keanu has nothing to do with John.
Yeah, she's just an annoying figure.
Labyrinth Mystic gifted 5 Blind Mike Project memberships.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey, we're listening here. £5. The name of the things that Keanu keeps smoking in England is the same name they call John's kids in America.
All right.
And lastly,
yes,
Germ. It was Milestone comment says, "Good morning, you handsome studs and spud."
Thank you, Jeremy. That's very kind of you. Very kind of all of you folks. Cardiff really brings the super chats,
Yes,
so
he
I
does.
appreciate that. Puts asses in the seats. Should we talk about the Opester now?
Of course.
This was I found this very interesting. This was kind of an old school radio beef with that Opie doesn't engage in too often. He doesn't really ever talk to anyone from his past. He talks to Anthony through the internet, but like he'll never have him on the show or go on his show or anything like that. This was very interesting that he actually had an exchange with Erock. So Ron the Waiter got a lot of kudos this week. We mentioned it last week. The 30-minute rant that Anthony went on, just eviscerating Opie. You remember that, Craig?
Yes.
Where he's like, no one from the past likes you anymore. You're a worthless loser.
Yeah.
Ron the Waiter watched that, not once, but twice, he said. And he's not too well versed in Opie and Anthony lore. So he goes on with Opie and he's like, this Anthony guy seems to have a real problem with you. And he brings up a lot of the points, and Opie has a tough time. He's spinning it because he doesn't know if Ron's fucking with him. Or it was very interesting. So Opie's show is kind of like in turmoil because he's not sure if Ron, the waiter, is turning against him or what's happening. And then Erock pipes up in the chat. And this was also, I thought, very good. Shout out to Stalin19 for this clip because I believe Opie deleted the episode.
Oh, they did. Can I point out this loser? This is Erock. He used to be a producer of the Opie and Anthony show, and he drank the Kool-Aid, and now he's in Anthony's camp, and he's now with the cool kids. Erock, you're with the cool kids now, are ya? This is incredibly sad. You're incredibly sad, Erock. Now that you're with the cool kids, how is it to be with all the cool kids, Erock? How is
Who's
it?
he referring to? So he's in Opie's mind. Carl is the cool kids? Like, who's he referring to? Kumia, I guess?
Kumia and Jim, probably.
Yeah, but Erock, I'm sure he still has a relationship with Jim of some kind, but like, I haven't seen him make any content together.
I don't know if he's referring to Anthony's radio show and they were all on.
Oh, that's true. There is that. Yeah, man, maybe he means that. Like, you're one of the cool kids. Well, Opie, look at yourself and wonder, why aren't you the cool kids? Because he always talks about how Anthony's not successful. He's like, he's on an AM radio show. No one listens to that garbage. It's like, well, why are you referring to Anthony as the cool kids then? Maybe there's something there.
More. Go away, you loser. Why are you up watching my shit? I don't watch anything of yours.
If it worked like that, Joe Rogan would be in poverty. What do you mean? That's not how any shows work. Joe Rogan has to watch all of our shows in order for Spotify to be like, oh, there's a lot of people watching. Joe, you've got a lot of shows in your history. I guess that means a lot of people are watching you.
Hey, a-hole, you started with, no, I didn't start with you. You're not even a thought in my life. Let me do what I should have done a long time ago.
Block.
Hold on. Oh my God, the chat's going nuts. Hold on, I got to pick him off. Goodbye.
This is what he should have done a long time ago. It's the first time I've heard Opie interact with Erock. This is the first time this has ever happened that I can think of, that Erock has chatted his show and Opie has responded. And he's like, I should have done this a long time ago. Well, that would have been psychotic. If Erock went on one day and was like, what the fuck, I'm blocked. That would have been a little crazy if you did it earlier than this, Opie.
Wait. Hello?
Hello.
Dude, stop watching my shit. Who gives a crap what I do? Who gives a crap, Eric?
He just calls him. That's fucking amazing.
And it's a great, by the way, hello. Erock's so satisfied with himself, which is nice. Which, by the way, like, Erock was a great punching bag for that show. And I think, like, I never pitied him. I was never like, oh, they're beating up on Erock. Because I think that's what Erock signed up for to a degree, you know? But there was an element of like, and you could tell, particularly in the later years with Opie, if they had nothing, if nothing was going on in the news, whatever, Opie would go, all right, let's fuck with Erock. Like, I remember there was one, and you can go find this clip on YouTube, I'm sure. There was one day where, like, Opie had Erock and Erock's wife and Sam's wife over to his house. And Opie was like, yeah, Erock touched my sister's leg. And Erock was like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, it was just made up out of and also, by the way, kind of scummy because like Erock's wife could hear this and be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But you could, like, even as a listener, you could tell like Opie's just, and it was funny because Jim and Anthony and Sam made it funny. But like, it was like Erock was abused on that show. And again, I don't feel bad for him, but that's what it was to a degree. And so for Opie to now be like, hey, fuck you for criticizing me, it's so crazy. Like, it lacks any ounce of self-awareness.
Do you feel good that you're part of the cool club now? Who gives a crap? What?
You started this shit.
What did I do, Eric? What did I do to you, Eric?
You want to know what you did to me? It's laid out on a video, all proven with your text, tweets, all of this shit.
This is what Opie does. That wasn't a funny thing, Erock said. He's like, oh, it's laid out in the video. You can go watch it if you like. I've explained it all. And Opie goes, because he's in his mind, he's like, we're all gonna laugh at what a loser Erock is. Like, anyone watches his videos. Erock's not saying, oh, my channel's really popular, you should have seen it. He's saying, I've laid it out if you'd like to take a look at it, but I'll explain it now as well. But Opie just distracts from the argument by over laughing. And like, this is what Opie has done for years in these radio wars. And he would get in the way constantly where like they'd be going back and forth with a radio show and tearing these people apart. And Opie would just yell and repeat himself. And it was to a point where you're like, I might agree with this other radio show. Jesus Christ.
Down at Sirius XM being an asshole.
Yeah.
He did shit at Westwood 1. And then
Wait. What did I do at Westwood 1?
I like that even Opie's like, all right, I'll grant you I was an asshole at Sirius XM.
Sure.
That much we know. That's fine. Yeah. That's all fair play. But what's this Westwood 1 business?
Yeah, what did I do?
Tim Sabian hired me to produce your...
No, he didn't. You're delusional. I didn't want anything to do with you after I left Sirius XM because you weren't buying into the new show.
I like that. Like, Opie's saying he's delusional. Erock's not saying like there was a good chance Tim Sabian would hire. He said Tim Sabian hired me.
Right.
So if you're Opie, you're not like, oh, really? Like I didn't have anything to do with that. If Tim Sabian hired you, he never told me. Opie doesn't have that moment. And this is what I was talking about with like the Kimmel Corolla thing. There was never a moment where he was like, oh yeah, that is weird that they both had the same. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's so dug in that he doesn't question like, oh, did Tim Sabian? He goes, no, he didn't. And it's like, well, Erock's not insane. He's not a mental patient. You've had a relationship with this guy for 20 years. Has he ever just made something up out of thin air? Not to my knowledge. Maybe he has privately that I'm not aware of. But I don't remember Erock going on the Opie and Anthony show and just completely making up a story. There might be something he was wrong about or whatever. But it wasn't just he would come in and go, Tim Sabian hired me. And everyone would go, Erock, Tim Sabian's been dead for 40 years. It didn't happen. So maybe there's something to what Erock is saying, but Opie knows that there is truth to it. So he just tramples over it.
Doing a show.
The show I was doing with Carl and Vic, you weren't buying into it. So when I moved to Westwood and I was thinking of getting a producer, your name didn't even come up. You're delusional. It wasn't even a conversation. It wasn't a conversation.
Well, that's kind of crazy. That it wasn't a conversation to have hired anyone from the Opie and Anthony show. That's a little nuts. And that should tell you something about the way you do things, Opie. That it was never a conversation to be like, hey, maybe we should get one of the Opie and Anthony producers, somebody you already have a rapport with and a relationship that knows your style. That wasn't a conversation ever once. I find that hard to believe.
Eric, your name never came up to produce the Westwood 1 show. I didn't stop you from getting a job over there. I absolutely did not. And I'm not going to watch. And I'm not going to watch your dumb video.
Shout out to Ron. Ron is kind of the Craig of Opie's show in the sense that like Craig never knows what's going on here. You know, he checks out for weeks at a time and then pops back in and is like, "Wait, what's John doing?"
Like
that's
I never left.
Yeah. That's Ron's role here, where he's like, "Whoa, hold on a second. Let Erock talk. He's saying some interesting stuff." And it's interesting to have that perspective where Ron, after doing a bunch of shows with Opie, is finally like, "Oh, maybe this guy is mentally ill." Interesting.
Yeah. Where you trash me. Go have a good life and leave me alone. I don't even know what you do. Jesus, these guys are crazy.
Hold on. Who's that?
That's the first time I talked to him in many, many years. Who's
Erock? That sounds familiar, by the way. Erock.
Ron's like, whoa, wait a minute. You knew this guy?
He just called you? I had no idea you knew each other.
But like, it's got to be fascinating and eye-opening for Ron to be like, "Oh, that's not some crazed fan. That's like a guy you have a relationship with that you just screamed over and said this guy's crazy and then hung up on him." Huh. I wonder what that means for my future here.
One of the main producers of Opie and Anthony. He did very good stuff for us. I'm not going to lie. I can't lie about it.
Are you surprised he just called you?
No, I guess not.
No?
Last time you spoke to this guy.
No?
Well, I think I'll defend Opie here in the fact that they were beefing right before he called. He's probably like, "Yeah, knowing him, he's not."
I know, but he said it's the first time we've talked in many, many years. He said, like, they don't speak anymore. They don't have a relationship. But Opie doesn't have an ounce of humanity where he's like, "Yeah, that is kind of crazy, huh?"
Yeah.
I mean, Erock just had a screaming match.
I think he's kind of just still sitting in it.
I guess, yeah.
I got a video that lays out the whole thing. Why would I go and watch that?
He's watched it 10
and
times.
He's trying to say that I prevented.
Why would you go and watch it? Because you asked Erock why he's upset with you.
And he definitely has seen it.
I'm sure. But you, Opie, said, "What's your problem with me?" That implies some curiosity about where Erock is coming from. And Erock said, "Well, I have a video about it if you'd like to watch it. I don't feel like doing the entire thing right now. So I have a video if you'd like to watch it." Why would I? Why would I do that? I don't know, because to answer the question you just asked, that might be why.
So now that you can go on 2 channels at once on YouTube or whatever that is, Opie and Anthony and Erock and Sam and everyone should just do a show, put it on Anthony's and Opie's channel, and just have this all out.
Yes, because that's why an Opie and Anthony reunion will never happen, because it will never be an organized, like, oh, they show up at Skankfest together. It couldn't be that. It would have to be they yell at each other on YouTube.
Right.
Because now people wouldn't accept the way Opie and Anthony did it before when Opie had his afternoon show on Sirius and they like simulcast on each other's shows and were kind of friendly with each other.
Yeah.
That would not be acceptable now.
No.
There's just too much bad blood and ugliness out there. But like it is, and I think it speaks a lot to Opie. And it's the reason people don't agree with him on anything. When he's like, why are all these people against me? Anthony's manipulating them to be against me.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what is happening. What's happening is we're all watching, and we're watching you. Like Erock is like, well, there's a video, and instead of going, Erock, I don't have time to watch the video. Why don't you just tell me what's wrong? You could have said that, and you could have found out Erock's perspective, but instead you went, I don't have time for you. I'm hanging up.
You're beneath me.
You just avoid the problem. And that's why whatever Anthony's flaws are, or Erock's flaws, or whatever, it's why they are more empathetic characters in this argument, because Opie doesn't give us anything to relate to. He doesn't admit any. He'll go, I have some blame, but he doesn't talk about what it is. Like that Nasty Neil argument I mentioned with Stuttering John. He goes, you know, Neil, you can never admit when you're wrong. And Neil goes, I mean, come on, John. It was a great Nasty Neil moment, which I didn't think I would ever say. But Nasty Neil goes, come on, John. When have you ever admitted you were wrong? And John goes, all the time. I admit I'm wrong plenty. And it's like, you can say that, but you have to follow it up with some things you're wrong about. You can't just go, oh, I'm always wrong. Well, name some examples. None come to mind. You can't just say I take care of my shit. I've gone to therapy and I know what I've done wrong. No, name some things you did wrong. Actually sit down and think about some things that you handled poorly, Opie. But he will never do that. Whereas Anthony, I have heard, and Anthony might go too far in saying everything was Opie's fault. But Anthony will talk about how he would be out late drinking and Opie didn't like that. Well, he will acknowledge at least the problems that Opie had with him. And I'm sure Anthony played more of a role than Anthony will admit in there. That's just how relationships are. There's two sides to every story. It's not all one guy all the time. But Opie doesn't even give us a breadcrumb to be like, oh, that's his perspective. He just doesn't have one.
Right. But when enough people are on one side and there's
that's the other thing. Yeah.
But
there was also they might get into it in this video, so maybe I'll save it. I'll see if he brings it up.
When I left Sirius XM, I wanted to reinvent myself, and I didn't want all the same fucking idiots around me. So his name didn't even come up to.
Yeah, I didn't want Colin Quinn and Bill Burr and Louis C.K. I wanted Vic Henley and Sherrod Small.
Right.
Great instinct, Ope.
Boy, they're coming out of the woodwork today, Opie.
Oh, well, Erock's part of the cool club now. He was hired by Anthony, who Anthony used to talk mad shit about this guy, but he falls for that, and he
didn't fall for it. It was on air.
You know what's awesome?
What?
Since Anthony's a fan of the program, we're a part of the cool club too.
Ooh, that is exciting.
That's pretty cool.
Yay! We're cool now.
Take that, Opie.
Well, that's the thing, Ope. So we're part of the cool club. Listen to what you're saying.
Anthony, and I'm sure
just one more thing. Opie's like, Erock doesn't even know. Anthony used to talk a lot of shit about him. No, we all know. We heard it. Anthony called him on his honeymoon and made whale noises. We're all aware of it. That doesn't mean he thought he was a bad guy. Despite Anthony calling him fat and dumb or whatever he would do on the air, Anthony also said, I think this guy has good abilities in production and can be of help to my network. So he hired him. It's not that difficult to figure out.
His eyes were open to Anthony's BS.
Oh, he's an Anthony. He's an Anthony
now
guy.
He is. He drank the Kool-Aid. Yeah, the guy drank the Kool-Aid. He's all in with Anthony. But with that said, during the Opie and Anthony years, Erock was a soldier, and he did a lot of really, really good stuff for the show. And
then just out of nowhere, he turned. Just completely out of nowhere. This guy was always loyal to me, and then for no reason decided he's disloyal to me now. I wonder why. It's certainly not my fault. It's just that this guy snapped.
I'm just pumped we're part of the cool club.
It is exciting. It's hard to it's hard to even hear the clip when you have such titillation over that.
I've been waiting my whole life for this.
Yeah.
Labyrinth Mystic, $2. Not lastly, we'll just go to 100. I don't know what that means.
Well, either way, thank you, buddy. Be nice to the guy. He's funding this episode.
I know. Labyrinth Mystic. Yes, it's 5 Blind Mike Project membership.
He's the only guy that we have one viewer right now.
Labyrinth Mystic, $2. See you in a month for my next sponsorship.
Thank you, buddy.
Flatbush Tommy, $2. Not how you talk to a guy who owns your life's work.
Yes. Erock has all the Opie and Anthony archives.
Yes, he does.
Yes.
Hey, we'll listen in here. His milestone comment is Erock Army, 6 months.
What does that mean, milestone comment?
So, I guess every month each member, because they're a member, gets comment of some kind. I got shit for not reading one of them last week. So,
but why is it better than a different comment? What's different about it?
This guy
makes it a milestone.
They became a member and they didn't leave.
Well,
it's basically, yeah.
Thank you.
Don Fried Chicken, $10. Erock played a good punching bag, but to Opie, he is a punching bag. And Opie is offended when the punching bag punches back because unlike Erock, Opie is too weak and sensitive to take any punches.
Yeah, that's actually a great way to say it. Where Erock was a good punching bag, and Opie was. There's great compilations that were made years ago. If you're an Opie and Anthony fan, I'm sure you've seen them by this point. where there's joking around, there's laughter everywhere. Like people are shitting on Voss, calling him a fucking moron, and Voss makes fun of Opie's shirt. That's why people always use that. I think that's the example that people always use. Like, oh, if you made fun of this guy's shirt, he was sensitive. Because there's a clip where Voss makes fun of the shirt he's wearing, and Opie goes, "Really, Voss? We're gonna do," and the laughter stops. And Opie's like, "Really, Voss? We're doing okay. Oh, you want to go there today?" It's like, go where? It's just like uncomfortable now. And that's what people wanted to avoid. And so, like, I think if you want to say point blame at Anthony for his relationship with Opie, I would say it's not calling him out for this stuff, but that's the stuff they wanted to avoid. And I get that. Like that, you don't want to deal with that because if you bring it up, it's going to be, "Oh, really? Oh, we're doing this." And you're just like, never mind. I'm sorry I said anything. So I get why you would want to avoid that type of shit.
Colostomy Stephen Cunt, $2. Craig is our new Erock.
Hey, that's high praise.
Yeah. Labyrinth Mystic, $5. Opie goes to the cool kids table. There he sees Erock. Erock looks up at Opie and goes, "What are you doing here?"
"What are you doing here?"
Flatbush Tommy, $5. Thought this was a great moment from Erock to call me immediately. Absolutely. Also,
it was
hilarious.
nice. I wish Opie entertained it more because it was a cool moment for Erock to get to go, "Hello."
Also hilarious that it took 10 years and he still got hung up on sex bagel for life.
Yeah, that's true.
Labyrinth Mystic, $10. Feet up on the board like I run the show. Hoagies in my mouth, hoagies in my mouth. Erock Army. I'm not saying that. Erock Army.
I know the word.
Yep. Fat boy in the chair, bikini girls on the screen. Coke floats
in my cup. Coke floats in my cup.
Chris Primer, $5. Like trolling Opie by pretending. I like trolling Opie by pretending to be a sociopath who enjoys the way he belittles and disrespects Ron. I'm his number one fan. Diablo Sandwich, $5. Not sure about drinking Kool-Aid, but Erock sure is shaped like the Kool-Aid man.
Oh, yeah.
Colostomy Stephen Cunt, $5. Did Erock ever write that time travel movie?
I have been dying to ask. Fuck. And I've DM'd with Erock a few times. Erock, if you're watching this, I need to know about that. I've been meaning to ask him. I thought maybe one day if we had him on the show or something, but I need to ask Erock about that time travel movie. I go back and listen. I fall asleep to that segment every once in a while. I need to know, what was the plot?
The numbers, $5. You son of a bitches. I'm watching, not one viewer. JK, here you go. Don't have much to give to support. Times are tough. Love the show. You didn't have to do that then, buddy.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah. If times are tough, save your money. We do appreciate it, but
just watch.
Yeah, it's more than enough. Thank you.
And that's it for now.
All right, now let's get into more serious business. Should we start with Whitney Cummings?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I've been itching to get to this all week. It's unfortunate that Whitney Cummings' show comes out on Mondays because it means I got to wait almost a whole week to talk about it. But the spiral continues. So last week we talked about Whitney Cummings having an even worse response to the Riyadh Comedy Festival than Bill Burr.
Yeah.
It was as if like it was Bill's response filtered through a dumber brain. Where like she got the Bill Burr playbook and didn't quite understand how to read it. And she was just like, "You're all racist." And then we figured out, because of when we happened to cut the clip, it was deleted from her podcast.
Right.
It was just taken out entirely. She doesn't mention that it was deleted in her next episode. She just gets right into it and has this as she's had a week to reflect on it now. And she's heard all of your feedback. And this is her response.
Welcome to the program. We're back. Our show's in the news this week. We really break news over here. Hey, everyone. I just am going to start by saying I brighter than I've ever been. All right.
She did this last week too, where there's this fake laughter. And it's like, I'm so uncomfortable. So I'm going to pretend I'm cracking myself up.
She's in the spot where she knows she has to talk about it, and at the same time knows she's wrong.
She must know she's wrong. And we're going to hear from Chris Distefano later, who, again, it's so weird. And Craig was right when he said it's amazing there wasn't like a format for this where some PR person told everyone, hey, this is how you handle it. Because half the comedians have handled it basically perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And half have handled it abysmally. I shouldn't say half. Really, only 2 have handled it horrendously. And that's Bill Burr and Whitney Cummings, who has been even worse than Burr. At least Burr has started to shut his mouth, more or less. He still makes passive-aggressive remarks, but I think he realized, like, I'm not winning with this strategy. Whitney is still fighting it, which is a weird move.
If I was Bill Burr, I would let her see what happens and then talk about it.
Yeah, Whitney, go out there. See how it goes. Yeah, no, call him racist.
Yeah, see what they say.
See if that works for you.
I'm realizing when someone is mad at you on the internet, disagrees with you on the internet, I'm not, honestly, you haven't seen what I've seen, and I haven't seen what you've seen. So there's no way
We all saw 9/11.
either of us know who we're
No, actually, Craig, I was watching Regis filming that day, and it didn't seem like that big a deal.
It's true.
That's a good point. Yeah, we're all familiar with 9/11. And listen, is there nuance to this discussion? Of course. And that's why I've tried to make it clear. I am not someone who's like, oh, I'm gonna study that list and every name on it, I'm boycotting. I'm not that indignant about this. What I'm fascinated by is the response. And you have people like Chris Distefano, who's like, I did it for the money. And you have people like Schulz, who are like, hey, I'm going to go where I'm paid to perform. And there's, there's more to it than meets the eye. And like Louis and Aziz are like, hey, that's how progress happens. If you can call those responses bullshit if you want, but at least they are responses. Bill Burr and Whitney Cummings came back from Riyadh and said, you are all dumb racists and we're heroes for going over there. Offered no response, just expected everyone to accept that they're heroes, which, by the way, hero missions don't usually pay 7 figures. When you go to spread peace, world peace, that's usually not a 7-figure deal to go over there. Right. So this bullshit of we are humanitarians and you are all racists, nobody accepted. And they're going to try and play the cancel culture card and think that that works on the audience that is mad at them. Like they have an audience that's saying, fuck you. And I'm glad everyone has said, no. We're not falling for that. You're not going to get to call us fake outrage because some of it is. Some of it is fake. And it's people not holding themselves to the same standard that they hold other people. There's some of that. Some people are like, how could you take that money? When if offered the same thing, they would. But what I see a lot of, and the group that I think I'm part of, are people saying, hey, Bill Burr, we believed in a lot of the shit you were saying. We thought you represented yourself. We thought you preached stuff and stood by it. And we found out that was bullshit. And when we asked you about it, you go, you're all racists. They have a Chili's over there. Fuck you. You told your audience to go fuck themselves.
Here's the best baby back ribs I ever had, dude.
And at least Burr doubled down and went on Conan and was like, no, they are all racists. But Burr has to live with that stigma now. To me, when I think of Bill Burr, at least for a long time, I will think of him saying, talking about baby back ribs over there with Chili's and telling Conan, hey, I performed in England too. It's the same thing. Like that, I will think of the fraud that he has shown himself to be. And when I think of Whitney Cummings, I will think of her saying to her audience, oh, you're all racists because you disagreed with me. Now, listen how she is trying to spin this. At least stand by it and call us all racists if that's what you think. But don't do this. Let's hear why she saw things on the internet that we didn't see.
I realized because last week, I said what I said, and I said, and people are like, how dare you say we're racist? I'm like, I didn't call you racist. Who are you? I'm talking about the messages I read.
I mean, you said you're all just racist. Those are the words you said.
Blanket statement.
Oh, I mean, she doesn't mean me, right?
She's like, well, if I blanketly call everyone racist, I'm going to hit a couple correct.
But you, by the way, we didn't record a private conversation where you were calling one person racist. You said into a microphone, oh, I guess you're just racist then.
Right.
Because you think the people and the government are the same. And most of us were like, no. You're the one saying that.
But did you see the message? If you saw the messages I read, you would have, I think, said the same thing.
Oh, damn. I wish I did see those messages.
Let me see your phone.
I wish I saw all the messages where people were like, the people and the government are the same. Because I've been scrolling those Bill Burr comments, and that's not what I'm seeing. A lot of Billy Bonesaws. I'm seeing a lot of hates white billionaires but supports brown trillionaires.
Billy Burka.
Billy Burka's a great one. I'm seeing a lot of those. I'm not seeing a lot of people go, the people and the government are the same.
Honestly, if I look at your, the TikTok videos you've seen about, I might be like, oh, you are right to think that about me. None of these are true, but like,
they got you.
I know exactly, but like, actually, we get along great because I would have deduced the exact same thing if that's what I've seen. So we have no idea what like mosaic of stuff people are seeing about us. I'm realizing because we used to be able to control what people knew about us in some reasonable, like it would be like, I have this special this year, and now you see that I'm engaged, and these are my beliefs.
This is just someone saying nothing, by the way.
Right.
This is just, let me toss out a bunch of fucking words nervously.
Yeah. I'm on your side is where we're headed.
Oh, good. Oh boy. I bet I owe Whitney an apology. I didn't realize she was on my side. Now, get your napkins ready, Craig. We're going to have egg on our face.
Whatever it is, I'm on your side.
Mm-hmm.
If you are mad at me, I'm on your side.
Oh.
If you're not mad at me, I'm on everyone's side.
Good.
She's the Hulk Hogan of podcasting.
Hey, that's great to be on everyone. The only side people had an issue with is that you're also on the Saudi Arabian government side. That was the sticky wicket, Whitney. That's the only, and it seems to be the only part you're not addressing.
Right.
Which, again, by the way, if you want to tell me there's more than meets the eye over what I'm ignorant to it. I've never been over there. I'm not well read. I don't know what's happening. I do read headlines about this stuff, and I'm like, oh boy, it sounds pretty bad. This Jamal Khashoggi stuff doesn't sound great. But if you want to tell me that's bullshit, I'm willing to listen to it. A lot of people aren't, and I will grant you that. A lot of people probably have their heels dug in on this and won't listen. But the problem is there's a lot of people who are willing to listen that are completely disenfranchised now because you've called them morons because you wanted to take a few dollars. That's how it looks, at least. And you've done an abysmal job explaining it. But I'm glad you're on my side. That's very sweet of you.
When people are like, oh, everyone's so crazy now and everyone's so mad at everything. I'm like, no, I think they're having the reaction you would have given what they were being fed. We don't know.
Yeah.
It's like,
we've been fed a lot of. Jamal Khashoggi's actually alive, and he's doing great. You should watch his podcast. It's pretty good.
September 11th, 2001. Every single news outlet was reporting everything the same.
Yeah, but it was all a lot of bullshit. And in retrospect, we should have forgotten about that, I think.
You believe that shit?
They were yammering on about never forget. And I'm like, let's all get over it, Rubble under the bridge.
Oh, why is that kid acting so hyper? Well, they only had sugar. Oh, that makes sense. We're going why is that person so angry on the internet? Well, they probably only got fed.
We're overactive children.
She comparing terrorist attacks to kids eating sugar.
Yeah. All the people that were mad about 9/11, they're hopped up on cookies.
They hopped up, and Saudis hopped up on car bombs.
They had too much chocolate and soda. That's why if you are still all bent out of shape about 9/11, lay off the candy, will you? That's all I can say.
Oh, got it. We have to start looking at certain social media diets as sugar or alcohol or something.
This is regurgitating things she thinks Joe Rogan has said.
Mm-hmm.
in an attempt to win that audience back.
Yeah.
And she thinks they're so dumb. This is what Whitney Cummings thinks of her audience, and Bill Burr's the same. They think we are so dumb that we'll hear these buzzwords and be like, oh, Rogan talks about this. Oh, Whitney's cool again. I didn't realize. Listen, if you think the Jamal Khashoggi story is bad news, if that's not how you think a government should behave, I would say put down the soda and switch to water. Okay? Because you're all rambunctious and it's time for a nap.
Is he freaking out? Well, he's had 4 drinks. He's been on the internet for 40 minutes. Of course he's acting like that. You're showing up like, I'm not angry. Yeah, you've only been here for 2 minutes. Your drink's not even here yet. I think it's kind of, it's a level of intoxication, right? So when I see someone like coming at me mad on the internet, I'm like, oh, so you've been here a while, huh? Whereas
so this argument, by the way, nervous laughter because she's uncomfortable with what she's saying.
Yeah.
But this argument and Bird did this too, where he's using like this Rogan speak. These are things that would be talked about on Rogan, that people are too mad on the internet, and it's like a sugar high. It's a dopamine rush that they get. That's all true. That has literally nothing to do with this.
Right.
Because I shouldn't say nothing. Because again, of course there are people that are shitheads on the internet that just like causing trouble or whatever. Or there's people overreacting. The majority of what I'm seeing, it is not cancel culture. It is not fake outrage. It is not people saying boycott Whitney Cummings, cancel your sponsorships with her. I haven't seen any of that. Am I wrong, Craig? Has there been any like boycott their shows or fuck with their sponsor? I haven't heard any of that.
No, that's a tactic of the other side.
To me, all I've seen are I haven't even seen political sides on this. All I've seen are people like, hey, you went after Chris D'Elia and talked about, you did a whole special about feminism and all this shit. What happened to that? Like, what happened to your beliefs that you preached to us for years? Same with Bill Burr. You talked about billionaires and the healthcare industry and freedom of speech, and you can't say anything anymore. And then you went to a country that has restrictions on these things that are a little more severe than we have. And you have no answer for it? At least Louis and Aziz were like, hey, I think they're trying to do. Craig had the best answer for them. I'm stunned. I've been thinking about it all week, Craig. I'm like, yeah. Craig had a goddamn good answer. Where last week, Craig was like, all they had to say was, hey, WWE went over there years ago and couldn't even use women in their promotions. And now they're female fighters. Like things are progressing. If Bill Burr said that, then I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I might, like, if I disagree with him on the issue, I don't care, but he didn't humiliate himself. What Whitney Cummings and Bill Burr are doing is humiliating. And the worst part is I think they realize it. Like, you see it when Whitney is like laughing there.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's humiliated.
She sounds an awful lot like Opie.
Yes. I think she's aware, but unlike Opie, I think she's aware of what she's doing. She's just like, this is the only way I know how to respond to this. Like, I think she's actually embarrassed by it.
Oh, definitely.
Hey, that was a funny thing. I'm like, so you just got here? No, you
can't find your way out.
You were on a plane, no Wi-Fi today.
This guy sucks. I've only seen 2 clips with him in it. 0 for 2. He fucking stinks.
Only people that are in good moods were on a plane today and didn't have Wi-Fi.
Well, thank God those planes weren't going for building.
Thank God the pilots learned how to land.
Yeah.
People were not allowed on the internet, and they watched Bend It Like Beckham on a 5x5-inch postcard.
That's a good palate cleanser.
I hate this guy.
Shut up, you dick.
Other things that people are grouchy about.
That guy, by the way, has just a completely empty head.
Oh, yeah.
At least he can give Whitney like she's going through something and doesn't know how to respond to it and is handling it poorly. This guy is an empty-headed moron. He has offered nothing to these 2 conversations.
Should we go to Chrissy D?
Yeah, so let's hear, I think, a much better way to handle it. This is just pure honesty. Chris Distefano was on Jim Norton's program the other day, and Norton said, hey, there's a lot of talk about this Riyadh stuff. You were over there. What say you?
Yeah. Now, you got. We were just talking briefly. I didn't want to talk about it before because I wanted to get your take live on the air. You seem like you're handling it well. You went over to Saudi Arabia. A lot of guys are getting a lot of shit for it. how did that whole thing unfold? And were you surprised at the reaction? And like, what has it been for you?
Well, first of all, after going there, I can tell you one thing that I know for sure is Islam is the answer.
Okay, so far, handling it like an actual comedian. That's good. That's he made a joke, Bill. Did you see that, Whitney? He's making jokes instead of scolding us. Good start.
You think that's the way to go?
I think it might be. It might be smart. If you're known for being funny, it might be smart to attempt that and see if people laugh, just to, get a temperature for the room.
Yes. The sole reason I said yes was for the money. That
Bang,
is the
done.
100%
Chris,
reason.
Yep.
Chris, save your breath. Oh, I need to hear.
I don't think we need to listen to the rest of these clips.
Chris, don't even worry about it. That's all I needed to hear. Because I don't give a fuck. I'm not some morally righteous person. Like, I get it. Whatever. There are other people that will be much better at breaking down, and I've seen good videos, breaking down why accepting that money is wrong. In fact, a human rights charity, Whitney, not people online, a human rights charity said, we cannot accept this money. It actually is blood money. We cannot take. That wasn't online outrage. That wasn't people that had too much sugar. That is a charity that specializes in this kind of dealing. They said, no, we don't want your money. It's actually no good here. So I'm not indignant about this stuff. I don't really give a fuck. All I needed to hear was, I did it for the money. Good for you, Chris.
And if I would not go over there if it wasn't for a certain amount of money.
Sure.
Then my family, I was like, and for me, it came down to, because there was a lot of controversy, and I said, I'm letting all like this noise in from this comic and that, nameless person on the internet. And then I said, let me just talk to Jasmine, my family. And I was telling her about this, and she was like, well, how much is it? And I told her, and she was like, you need to get your ass on that plane. That's exactly what she said, because she was like, we need this, right? And so for me, it just felt like I went over there.
In Riyadh or Saudi or whoever is probably most happy with him so far.
Well, how do you mean?
That he was like, yeah, he just came over for the money.
Well, no, I got to tell you, Bill Burr did them an infomercial. So I think that's maybe part of what they were paying for.
But Bill Burr, yeah, probably. However, Bill Burr's reaction and the outcry after that is probably going to turn off other people from doing it in the future.
Yeah, right. Keep our name out of the fucking news. Thank you, Chris.
Had a little bit of guilt and trepidation. I really did about going over there. But I was like, get that money, get in, get home. It's almost like, they're holding that money hostage. Get the money, get out. Yeah. Chuck Norris, just get in, get out. Then when
I love that he's like, I was basically Delta Force.
Yeah. It was kind of a terrorist operation.
It was only 20 hours. When I got there, I as soon as we land, I'm literally in the Saudi Arabian airport security, and one of the TSA agents, who was a female, so a female's working, she's Saudi Arabian security, didn't have the burqa on, and she had looked like a regular woman, like a Middle Eastern woman that you would see working at TSA in New York.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, then you see a lot of people with the burqas on, and it feels like, okay, I'm in the Middle East now. And then when we got to our hotel, we all had guides. And my guide, of course, was just like an old fat guy with a missing tooth, like a real Saudi Arabian, just militant kind of guy that was funny. It was kind of fun in the Uber to him, in the car over, because he was like, you kept telling us there's no audio equipment in here. Don't worry about it. And I was like, okay, let's stop saying that. We didn't think that there was. And then he just started saying how much he loves the Jews and how it's funny over there. Over there was very interesting, because we had all these jokes lined up for F the Jews, whatever, thinking they would like that. And then they were like, no. He's like, that stuff's not going to work here. He was like, if you wanted to work here, you should really shit on the Palestinians. That's who we want to shit on. And I was like, whoa. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, interesting. And then he was explaining, that is his own personal opinion, but he's explaining all the stuff. But then the other guy, I was out there with Andrew Santino, Bobby Lee, bad friends. One of their handlers was like this smoking hot 25-year-old girl with goth black lipstick, a cross earring, a tattoo, big, she looked like a girl that would be in Miami. And I'm like, oh, so this whole thing is not what they said it was going to be. Not everyone is so religiously militant.
It's almost like they put on a front when they had gifts.
There might be some of that. There might be something to the idea that these people were duped. But the other thing is that's great. I don't know, because I've never been over there. So to hear Chris say, like, it's not exactly what we thought, which, by the way, Bill Burr is the one who said, I thought we'd land over there and they'd be swinging machetes at us.
My point exactly.
And
Again.
then called us all racist. Like, no, you're the one who said that, Bill. You thought that. But like Chris saying, hey, I have some guilt and trepidation going over there. And by the way, Chris, unburden yourself because you're the only one who handled it like an adult.
Oh shit.
Don't worry about it, buddy. But all like admitting like there's two sides to it. There's guilt that went along with it. Not just they had Chili's. It was great. You could go to KFC. You can make a day of it, you know? He's explaining to you like, hey, there's nuance and it wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was interesting to take that in. Now, I do think there's also something to Craig's argument where it's like maybe they were putting on a front for PR purposes. Or maybe there's a real effort to advance things. I genuinely don't know. I'm not a good source for that. Like I said, there's a lot of outlets that will tell you otherwise that I think are very interesting and worth looking into. But me, all I'm concerned with is, are these people worth supporting going forward in their careers? And to me, Distefano is, and clearly Whitney and Bill Burr are not, because they feed you bullshit and don't believe in anything they stand for. And by the way, Distefano was the example I always used of someone that has never stood for anything. He's like, no, I'm in it for money. I got to support my fucking kids.
Which everyone can relate to.
Yes.
This is him having no regrets.
Yeah, so I think he's also, by the way, a guy, I don't know how many of them fall into this category, but it sounds like Distefano got way overpaid. Like Schulz was like, I basically lost money being there for 4 days.
Right.
I think Distefano made way more than he usually does. He says right place, right time. So he doesn't regret it.
I understand that stuff was bad. I really do. But for me, it's like, you know, if they're trying to get better and I was a part of going over there, I felt trepidation going out there. Coming home, I felt absolutely zero regret.
And I think that's interesting, to be honest. And again, you can argue with that and you can disagree with him, but I don't have this need to be like, fuck you, Chris, you know? And I think a lot of people can relate to that and just be like, okay, maybe it's not what it seems. And maybe that's bullshit. Again, I don't know. I'm not educated enough on it to speak on it, but it's at least an answer. And it's not scolding you and telling you you're racist. And I'm not going to explain anything. Just accept it. Whitney and Bill said, just eat your vegetables. And we said, why? Why do I need to eat my vegetables?
Yeah.
And they said, because we said so. And then you're like, okay, well, I don't have any reason to eat these fucking things because
I'm not 5. That doesn't work.
Yeah, you guys were fucking assholes about this. I'm not going to eat my vegetables. Now, if they said, well, there's some nutritional value, you could really use it, I would go, okay, you know what? Give me a scoop of that broccoli.
Carrots, Mike. You should have had carrots.
I should have. That was my real downfall, unfortunately.
Fake outrage.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't think there's a ton of this, but comedians have pointed to it. This is where I might start disagreeing with Chris, where I haven't seen a ton of people being complete phonies, but there's something to be said for it.
And, you know, and it's one of those things where I'm totally understanding of certain comics. And this is, again, just the internet. Anything that I say, if I had a positive experience, is just justifying the money. So I'm aware of that. The thing about me
that's actually kind of wild to hear one of them finally fucking.
Beautiful. Where has that been? He's like, hey, listen, I'm going to come up with excuses for it, but like it's because of the money. And so even while he's saying, like, he might say like, oh, it was way better than, I have no regrets. It was way better than I expected. There were hot girls over there, whatever. And he's like, now I'll admit this is just justifying that bag.
Right.
You know, and good for him for being honest about that. That's something we can all, if you're being honest with yourself, we can all relate to that.
Right.
Because people in our comments have been saying, like, oh, like if you got offered 7 figures, you wouldn't go. It's not what we're talking about. It's not even close to what we're talking about. But like, if, yes, of course, that's a discussion you'd have to have if it's life-changing money, which it sounds like for Chris it was. The other issue is for Bill Burr and some of these other guys, I don't believe it was life-changing money. For Chris, it sounds like it may have been.
I make my life smaller. Of course, I care about my own fans. And by the way, the internet was hating. I did 3 shows in Boston. So it was like collectively like 3,000 people, and
Sure.
I opened up every show talking 10 minutes about Saudi Arabia, and everyone laughed and clapped at the bits.
Yeah.
And nobody, and I waited purposely. I would say I went to Saudi Arabia and then waited. No booze, no nothing. They're just waiting for the bit because
Right.
people don't actually care.
Well, I don't know if anyone's been to a comedy show where the first words, and that's it, and the show's over. So they're probably just waiting to see what you say next.
That's a good point. And but here's the thing that Chris, I think, is not relating to necessarily, because the crowd at Conan's show, where Bill Burr was a little more awkward. Because Chris's audience is not there expecting him to denounce the rich. You know what I mean?
Right.
Chris doesn't have an act that berates corporate greed and cancel culture and the woke mobs and all that shit. So then they're not expecting that from Chris, as the other party's kind of leaving out.
The thing that I think is the truth about that specifically is I don't think anybody actually cares at all, even the people who were the loudest.
Right.
Because to me, anyone who was
So this is where I disagree with him. Because like I said, maybe I'm ignorant to what's happening over there, but I do think if you are a comedian that has railed against cancel culture and talked about freedom of speech and you can't say anything anymore, dude, then you should look at the Jamal Khashoggi incident and say that is not something I should support.
I think what he's saying is that people going to Saudi, no one really cares about. It's the specific person and their beliefs are
correct.
That's more what it. I think that's what he's trying to say.
And if that's true, I agree with him. I do think some of the comedians have hid behind this and gone, "Oh, it's all fake outrage." Maybe I think it because I'm part of it. Maybe I'm delusional and putting blinders on. No pun intended. But like, I'm not picking up on that this time. This does not seem like fake outrage, cancel culture bullshit. This seems like fan bases saying, "Hey, what the fuck? You lied to us."
That's what I think he's going for.
And like this idea that Shane Gillis and Stavros Halkias being like, "I'm not going to go over there." This idea that they're being fake by saying that, I don't really agree with.
Right.
They've not asked for pats on the back for this. They've not paraded around. Shane, even like when he did it, he's like, "Oh, I kind of regret not going after seeing how much they." So like, they're not looking for congratulations on this. Marin, you know what? I was about to say something dumb. I was going to say Marin, I could kind of see that with. Not true. Marin did a bit about it that was kind of funny. He said, "From the people that brought you 9/11." Like that's fun. That's a funny joke.
That is funny.
Marin did a bit about it. I don't believe that Mark Maron was looking for pats on the back, and that's rare. You know? So I don't agree with this, like, "Oh, everyone's being fake by voicing an issue with it." Now, can you have rebuttals to it? Of course. Can you say, "Oh, our government does bad things, blah, blah, blah." But you accepted money from a government after a time where we all shit on Tony Hinchcliffe. Everyone called him lame for just performing at a Trump rally. Everyone said, "Oh, God, comedy's being ruined." And then you all flew over and performed for a government while they were sitting front row.
Right.
So fuck you guys for calling it fake, because you're the ones who pretended to care about this stuff.
And saying that they wouldn't go and then they've just made it about them and they've used it for their own career. So to me, that whole blood money thing is like, that gets complicated because it's like, well, if you made a joke in a YouTube, and your YouTube revenue went up because you talked about Charlie Kirk's death, is that blood money? What is it then?
100%. Yeah.
Like, so I don't understand. So for me though, to see that,
I get what he's trying to say, and it's what Schulz tried to say, where it's like, we can all have our morals, but at the end of the day, we all have iPhones. It's kind of that argument.
I like to think that he was just going at Trevor Noah there for his fucking lame ass joke the other day.
Maybe. But I get what he's trying to say. Like, morals are tricky because we all break them at times.
Well, that was the Apple argument.
Yeah. So that's what I think he's trying to say, and I get that argument. I just think sometimes things are so clear. You know what I mean? This isn't like a gray area where it's like, "Oh, I never really thought about that." Like you were business partners with the government. It was in your face to think about it. And you even admitted you had trepidation. Why would you have trepidation about doing it if no one really cares about it?
that a lot of our comedy peers who are upset about it, you realize that either they were asked to go, either they weren't asked to go, or they were asked to go and it wasn't the right amount of money, and they have a lot of anger towards that, and they just comes out in other ways. Because I don't think anybody sitting here in America truly, really actually cares. They were told to care. It was a mob pile-on, and they were told to care, so people just follow. They all of a sudden cared because somewhere their algorithm told them to care, and now all of a sudden they're like little zombies caring.
I would never tell somebody where to go to make money. Or money. No. And I want to say for the record, I was not offered $100,000 to go do a show, but if I was, you can bet I would be on that first flight.
Jim is asking for less money than anyone got to go over there. That's like Dr. Evil asking for $1 million. It's like, Jim, you could don't set the bar so low. Jim would at least be a $375,000 guy, I would think.
You'd have to assume.
Yeah.
Hypocrisy.
Okay, let's hear about this.
Didn't go because they felt they didn't want to go. Good for them. Like I have no issue with them either. Like someone who goes, no, I just don't want to do that. It's not for me. It's
good.
Cool. There's no problem with that.
To me, the real heroes are the people who didn't go, rejected the offer, and didn't say a word about it. They didn't post about it. They didn't like look at what a great person I am. That to me was a little corny. And also,
it'd be Stavros, right?
Like,
did he make a comment about it?
I don't know how we know he didn't go.
Well, no, they're saying like people can say they didn't go, but the people that are like, I didn't go,
posting about it, like I'm a hero. Yeah. I don't remember hearing Stavros say it anywhere. I've just heard reports that he turned it down.
He is like sneaky a mega lib, so he might.
Oh, huge! But Stavros is like a socialist, basically.
I know.
Yeah.
You want to?
You know what's weird? Real quick, quick tangent. Justin told me this, and I haven't seen it yet. I should have looked it up, but. Or maybe the Warthog told me this. I can't remember. Nick Mullen did a commercial for that Zoran Mamdani guy.
Was it a joke?
I'm told not. I haven't watched it yet, but
I will look for it.
It's bizarre, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna look for it while this clip's playing.
Yeah, okay.
You better be ready for the light to get shown back
100%.
on you, because we all have to live with a certain degree of hypocrisy in this world. All of us. That's why we never judge anyone.
That's what you just said is true. We all have to live with a little hypocrisy. We are all we are all a little full of shit. Like, of course. And it's not that we want to lie, but you can't live a life that is 100% consistent. Like we're all a little bit bullshit at times. Like, again, I don't like what the Saudi government has done or what they stand for. However, for $100,000, I would go over there and I would divorce my wife just so that they were happy to have me.
Yeah,
and
look
then
at me.
Marry her. I'm like, all right, sorry about that.
All right. Unrelated. I did find it.
Okay, maybe we'll get to that after this. I just want to finish this segment first.
Absolutely.
But yeah, there's absolutely something to be said for that. No one's 100% perfectly morally consistent. But I do think this is a more glaring thing. You know what I mean? It's not like no one is. The WWE's been over there and it caused outrage. Live Golf has been discussed. It's not like no one knew. You know what I mean? It's not like you have an iPhone and when you buy an iPhone, they're not advertising slavery.
Right.
It's not in your face. It's after the fact where you're kind of like, fuck, that is true. You know, I do support that in these different ways. You were dealing with the government. So it's a different, I get what Chris is trying to say, and I am much more lenient on him.
Right.
Because people said this about Schulz last week. People were like, you went kind of easy on Schulz. He's being inconsistent in these ways. And I agree with you. I am much more lenient on these guys who are like, everybody. Hey, I get the outrage. What do you keep playing?
I was trying to download the video, but it played by accident twice.
Okay, we'll get to that. Craig's very excited to call someone a socialist. That's fun.
No, I wasn't trying to say nothing.
All right, let's finish this.
We have rules are rules.
That's true. So we hear a little more of the rules that were laid down over there, I think.
And I live in America. I'm happy to live in America, but I understand, like, bro, the rules are the rules. Like, not every religion wants to even have gay people, and it's like, should all of them be killed? No, that's just not the fucking way they grew up. I don't give a shit if you're gay or not. You know me. I probably am.
You've had this conversation in the mirror.
Yes. It's my Grindr bio. I don't know if I'm gay or not. Just an emoji like that.
Shrugged shoulders.
But I just included it because I thought Jim was funny in there. But there's, and Tim Dillon said that too when he was still supposed to go, where he's like, it is a different culture that we don't understand. That doesn't necessarily mean we can't interact with them at all. But again, like if you pretend to have morals and you think that that's wrong and you think we even treat women here wrong, then you should have something to say about the way women and gay people are treated over there. Like that's just a natural response for an audience to be like, hey, what the fuck? And like I said, you can disagree with Distefano's opinion here, but at least he's talking about it instead of lecturing you on why that he's a great person and you're terrible.
And him going, I know the outrage. I still did it for the money.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, and that's at the end of the day, you have to, no matter what excuses he makes, you have to remember he's admitted. He's like, I did it for the money, by the way. I'm grasping for reasons to have done this, but like it's for the money. My wife made me.
Exactly.
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to watch this commercial real quick?
Yeah, I do. It's 40 seconds. We have to see it.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. I don't know what this is. The Warthog told me about it, or I forget. Maybe Justin.
We haven't screened it yet, but it's Nick Mullen standing with Zorhan Mamdani for real.
Yeah.
Everybody, I'm here with Zorhan in a hot day. Extremely hot. Very hot.
All right. So
at least he laughed already.
Yes.
So, I thought the way he told me about it, I thought it was literally, hi, I'm Nick Mullen.
So he already was like, I understand what you're already.
This is ridiculous. Okay, yeah, already he's got the Distefano defense. We're already in.
It's Tuesday. It's our last chance, and we really need young men, 30s guys in their 30s and 40s who still listen to podcasts to come out and turn this against. I can't listen to Andrew Cuomo ever again. We gotta stop this guy and the billionaires that are trying to take podcasts away from us. That's what they're gonna do.
Okay. All right. This is not. We got that intel. I mean, it is what he's doing, but
it is real, but it's at least funny, I guess.
I thought it was, hi, I'm Nick Mullen, and we tell a lot of jokes on Cumtown, but you know what's not a joke? I'll tell you what's not a joke. You know, I thought it was going to be something like that, so that's good. All right.
Should I just finish it?
Sure. Yeah, get Zoran a couple of votes.
Burn it down.
Bring your friends. It's super simple. Voting's fun. You get a pen. Please do it.
Please going out 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. This is your final chance. Here's points away from toppling the political dynasty. And this is for all of my Nintendo Switch heads. Now is the time.
I hate this fucker. Oh my god, he's gonna wreck the goddamn city. Oh my god.
You don't live there. Don't worry about it. Don't let it ruin your day.
I can't believe it. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Not as bad as I worried it was.
You could. It almost looks like he got paid to do it,
or like they ran into him on the street.
Well, that's where it was filmed. It was almost like he got a couple bucks because he was like, "Yeah, go vote. You get a pen."
Yeah. But not. I really thought it was going to be much cringier, so that's good news.
Yeah, no, that was exactly what you were at least hoping it would be if it was real.
Yeah. All right. Should we finish up with Schulz versus Santino?
Yeah, which is crazy.
This is Too Lazy to Try did a very good job breaking this down. I listened to the Schulz episode of Rogan, and I thought there was a lot of interesting stuff. They went back at Marin again and all that kind of stuff. And he mentioned Santino, and I was listening to it right before last week's episode, so I didn't have a chance to cut it up and find the Santino clip. So I'm thankful to Too Lazy to Try for doing a very good job of breaking this down, because we have the Santino clips as well. But this is Schulz. The Rogan sphere or Rogan verse is there's a lot of infighting happening, and Schulz is kind of trying to shove Rogan to anti-Santino territory, which makes a little sense when you hear him talk about it. I'll be curious where you are on this, Craig, as a big Santino guy now.
And then I think that there's like people on another level up, we were saying earlier, that are like seeing these like people talk shit about it, and they're getting concerned that it could like negatively impact them in a way.
I should set this up a little better. They're talking about Riyadh, and they're talking about like the backlash that kind of get. And so like Marin is basically where it starts, and you'll hear Joe Rogan kind of interject about people that might have had Marin on the podcast and not pushed back on what he said at all.
Like it's the most shit. They're like trying to create a little distance, not too much where they can't call you and say, "Hey, I got a podcast."
Oh, you mean Andrew Santino?
Yeah, like not too much where it's like, "Oh, I'd like to come on your pod, but I'll have a guy who's gonna shit on you for the whole fucking episode and not give you pushback." It's like, and it's not just him. Like I've seen other people do it, and it's just like, dude, you're gonna go through some cancel shit later. All these guys, they're gonna go through some later, and they had a guy that they could call that would bring them on the biggest platform in the world and let them explain themselves, have their back. Like you will do it.
I get what he's saying there, because I was surprised when we played those Marin clips from Bad Friends. I was like, it is weird that Santino isn't giving any pushback on this. Like he's just letting him bebop and scat all over Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I think we'll play it later, but Rogan kind of has what I hope is what happened.
Yeah, but Santino is one of these guys, and Schulz hits on it where like he's kind of letting you know, like, oh, I don't really endorse Rogan, but also I want to go to the mothership and I want to promote myself on Rogan, but I don't hey, podcast cringe. I'm one of the good guys. I fuck Rogan, right? You know, it's kind of tacitly like going against him without having the balls to really go against him. And I was listening to Joe List was just on Andrew Santino's podcast. And I like Santino a lot, but I was listening to it and like Joe List references Seinfeld. And it's kind of a generic Seinfeld reference, or maybe it was Curb. And Andrew goes, "Oh, such a great episode." And I was like, "Are you lying? Do you not know the episode?" Like, it felt like he was being phony and just like relating to Joe without actually knowing what he was talking about. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it was the first glimpse of, I was kind of like, is this guy like a phony? What's going on here?
Could be. But this is him taking shots at Rogan.
Yeah, so Too Lazy to Try, like I said, put together a compilation. This isn't even all of them. I just thought it's the ones that applied to our conversation.
It makes me happy to know that this show is still as stupid as it's always been from the beginning, because I see a lot of our podcast pals or people in our sphere that are taking these shows to a level that we don't go to.
Which is what?
Well, they're all having like politicians on.
journalists.
Tim got fucking interviewed by like CNN.
Yeah.
I was like, what in the fuck is going on?
Yeah, we stay here.
Same with hyenas.
We stay right here.
Yeah.
And I saw that they had Bernie on Schultz's show.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? I just think,
well, that explains the Schultz anger.
Yeah. Schultz is like, all right, buddy, fuck you. Which I don't really get this thing. By the way, Andrew, if you're going to take money from the Saudi Arabian government, maybe don't wag your finger at people for going on CNN or having a politician on. But if you're Dave Smith or Schultz or Tim Dillon or Rogan or one of these guys, and you're interested in politics, I don't get why it makes you not a comedian to have a serious conversation with these people. I truly do not understand that. Now, if you turn your stand-up into debates or political rallies, then sure, then you're not a stand-up anymore. Fine. But like if you go on stage and make jokes, to me, you're a comedian. Even if you sat down and talked about healthcare with Bernie Sanders, I don't give a fuck.
Comedy podcasting is entering this world of like news or something.
Yeah.
And people are taking it serious. And it's not.
It's so good to have doctors in the house.
Yeah. Like we're on Rogan's show. Just giving out medical advice. Two fucking idiots giving out medical advice.
Does your mother have titty?
He was right, by the way.
He said it's not correct.
One guy.
Yeah.
I mean, Rogan talks about it, and he's usually right.
Is he?
That's
why. And there's one guy going,
Yeah. The Rogan.
Killer.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overcompensating, right?
Jacked up on alpha.
Right. So then
Yes, there's a few examples of him being like, "Hey guys, I'm one of the cool ones. I shit on Rogan, like Soder and Stavros and these guys that you all respect. I'm like them. I'm cool like them." Because I think he wants praise from that crowd, but also wants his hands clean and be like, I didn't really shit on you, Joe. Because any of those, if Rogan played them for him or questioned him on them, he'd be like, oh, come on, I'm fucking around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which maybe he is. But there's something to what Schulz is saying.
There's also, he sounds like he's joking, but he's like, if no one says anything, you guys know I'm serious.
It's a tone of like, hey, you guys know I'm with you. I don't like that guy either, you know?
Right.
So there's something to what Schulz is saying for sure.
He's a snake.
This is like, so Rogan's like, hey, listen, Santino's my buddy. I like him. And Schulz is like, no, totally. He's a great guy. Kind of a fucking weasel, all right?
So I don't know. My whole feeling about it is just like we know who the pieces of shit are in our industry.
Right.
And like we're aware of it because we've seen them from the jump. Like if I'm sitting down with a comedian, right? And like this is why I don't fuck with a lot of them, is like if you immediately start talking shit about your co-host to me when I'm sitting down with you, like I got to start questioning your integrity a little bit. It's like,
Right
that's
away.
your boy. Like,
So based on the context, people are inferring that to mean Santino's shitting on Bobby Lee.
Right.
Now, that could also be, by the way, hey, we both know this guy. We're friends. You're friends with Bobby. Like, friends talk shit in that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Depending upon what was said, I don't look at that as some egregious, like, oh my God, he made fun of Bobby Lee privately.
But so if your friends are shitting on you and you're not there, the other one can tell when it's like, we're joking, or you're like seriously trying to get some venom out while he's not here.
Right. Is it making fun of or like legitimately shitting on? Yeah.
boy to me.
Right.
So it's, yeah, but you saw it. So a lot of these guys, man, you saw it. You saw a lot of these guys.
Yeah. So like I don't know, but it's funny because Schulz is kind of doing that also.
Yeah.
Where he's with Rogan being like, no, I love Santino. But like, you know how he kind of fucking is a weasel, right? Like he's turning Joe against Santino while kind of shitting on Santino for doing the same thing.
And lastly, we have separating.
Okay, yeah. So this is more of what we were talking about earlier, where it's like he's trying to separate. I think Schulz did catch something here. Maybe we're making too much of it, but I think he's onto something when you look further into Santino.
I would still do that with Santino.
Of course you would. That's your boy. That's your boy.
I love him.
He's a fucking amazing hang. That was a bad move. That was a bad move, in my opinion.
He felt like, look, Mark is irrelevant. And he's yelling these things out. Like, let him rant. Everyone's
Joe's still going. I love that Joe is still like the gloves are off now.
I love that.
He's like, well, Santino is probably, because Santino has a brain. He's probably thinking Mark's a loser. And he lives alone with his dumb fucking cats, and his career is dead, and he sucks. And it's like, whoa, Joe, easy. I think Marin was in the Springsteen movie. I believe that was him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not good. You had a better.
I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was like good. Like I wish they didn't have the fake girl relationship. I thought Jeremy Strong was like legitimately good.
Those movies are tough to fucking make. Like the Queen movie.
They all seem like Walk Hard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The thing with those movies is it's like if I wanted to watch Queen at Live Aid, I'll watch.
Just go watch it.
Queen in Live Aid.
Especially while Bruce is alive, it's weird. But like what Walk Hard did to movie biopics is what South Park did to Family Guy. Where now you're like, I remember when they made fun of that in Walk Hard.
Yeah.
But like if it was a movie about, I thought Jeremy Allen White was not bad, and I thought Jeremy Strong was actually like good playing John Landau. I thought that relationship was interesting and worth a full movie. Like the rest of it wasn't really worth a movie, but like their relationship I thought was interesting.
everybody on the outside
They
does because they don't know comedy. They don't know the business.
And it
they
looks
think
like you're co-signing it all. And it looks like that you're okay with this. And I'm fine with you having them on. Like I would have Marin on, but we're going to go at it. Yeah, you forgive. You know what I mean? You have somebody on your pod who had someone on their pod talking shit. You're better than me.
Yeah.
You're better than me.
You got to be able to just let things go.
I can't wait for Gavin Newsom to go on Bad Friends. I want to see that. I'm distancing myself from the Rogan Sphere tour.
That's
Best Friends.
That's hilarious.
I thought that was corny.
Hey, I like that he keeps going back. He's like, no. You're buddies with Santino. I get it. He's pretty fucking lame, though, right?
I think what's happening here is Joe might not know exactly what's going on, and Schulz is trying to be like, just watch it back.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know about that because it seems like based on Rogan's laughs, it seems like maybe he does know.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know, but he doesn't really want to admit it to himself because he goes way back with Santino. I know who Andrew Santino is because he started doing Rogan when he was nobody. And he was opening for Rogan on the road, and like Rogan's done a lot for him.
Yeah, it was like before episode 1000 or whatever. Like it was a long time ago.
He was on Rogan. I heard him on Rogan and then heard him on Tiger Belly with Bobby Lee. And I was like, oh, these guys have like good chemistry, you know? So like way before anyone knew who the fuck he was doing Rogan.
Blind Mike started Bad Friends.
I said, these guys have something.
I gotta make a call.
I called podcasting. I said, I've got something for you. It's gonna be big.
You know that sound you've been listening for or looking for?
It's Marvin Berry.
We talked about that. I don't know. It is what it is.
Like right now, there's this internet trend. Oh, the fucking manosphere, blah, 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 blah. And I think I see guys who you were very generous to. Like you lent your platform, your millions of followers, the biggest show on the planet, help them make tons of money, help them really have success, build their own platforms. And now they see like an internet trend about like the manosphere or whatever, and I see guys like trying to create a little separation. I see all of a sudden it's like, yeah, you use this guy to make millions of dollars and get all these fans, and now you see online outrage, and you're like, oh no, that's them, that's not me. It's like
I totally agree with this. No, I don't know that Santino is doing it based on those clips. It seems like maybe he is, but where I first noticed it is like Soder and Stavros and these guys. There's a lot of guys that do this, where they'll happily go on Ronan Hirschberg might be the worst offender of this because he has legitimate bits about how evil Joe Rogan is. And then he went on Joe Rogan's show and said none of it. Like, if you're going to go on the guy's show and talk all this shit about him, you should say it to the guy. Don't use his platform to promote yourself. And then privately, not privately, but like on a platform Joe's never going to hear, you can't then go like, oh my God, so terrible what he's doing, you know? What does he think he's a doctor?
Ugh.
And then when you're on, yeah, Jamie, do pull that up.
You know what, Jamie? I like
the Avengers. You know what I mean? You had no problem being in the photos. You had no problem before. And now you see a little shit going on. You separate. I feel like that's the moment you double down for your boy. That's the moment you go, I know that person. What people are saying about him isn't real. And you refute that. That's what I would do. I mean, whatever.
There's a lot of cowards out there in the world.
And it's just, they're scared.
Like who, Joe?
And this is like a time of real attacks.
Yeah, Whitney Cummings is calling us racist. There's real stuff going on in the world.
That's right.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting. And again, I don't know that Schulz is 100% accurate about Santino specifically, but I think he does bring up a great point. And that is a trend. It's cool right now. Rogan has peaked. And I don't mean that his show is less popular, but it was a machine for a long time, and he got that Spotify deal. And that's about the height it's going to hit. You know what I mean? It's not now going to get bigger all of a sudden. So it's cool for people to be like, you know who actually sucks is Joe Rogan.
He's the worst.
Yeah. And I'm not saying he hasn't given them reasons to suck. Like, you can mock the live Netflix special if you want and shit like that.
Okay.
And there's plenty of clips worth playing where he doesn't get jokes or whatever. Totally fine. But you can't be both. You can't go on his show and use him to promote and then over here go, and he fucking, you believe what he said about ivermectin? I don't believe that bullshit, you know?
I did enjoy the bit about the N-word compilation. I did enjoy that part.
Of his special?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was talking about himself, I thought it was good. Everything else was kind of, I've heard before, you know?
Yeah. Who is this? Volseer, 2 pounds. Is Ron trolling Opie? Possible.
I don't think it's that deep. I think what you see is what you get with Ron. I think he's kind of like, oh, Jesus. Like, I think he's actually interested in what Anthony was saying and has questions about it. I don't know that there's a deeper level to Ron the waiter.
Colostomy Stephen Cunt, $2. Forrest Plump.
What is that in reference to?
I'm guessing Opie.
Oh, Erock, of course.
Erock.
Forrest Plump. Yes, I remember that. The movie.
Yes. Rickest Rick, $2. My first super chat. Wanted to say great show.
Thank you, buddy. Very nice of you.
That's that.
All right. I guess this is Craig's last week with us for a while, huh?
Just not next week. I'll be on, I think, the week after.
Oh my God. You spoil us.
I have a conference call with Casey today.
And HACKRIDE. That's what makes it a conference.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Casey and HACKRIDE there.
That's right.
Whoa.
The
Yeah, Craig, I think you did a good job. Damn it. Hold on.
I don't.
That was worth it.
I like the music.
I can go back. That'll play us out today.
Okay.
I like to playing Cardiff out, so gang, go to blindmike.net. And that's where you get all of our links, not just for this podcast, where we're live every Sunday at 10 a.m. But you can also check out Why Are You Laughing? Who Are These Socials? And you can also become a member on Patreon or YouTube for as little as $5 a month. We appreciate you guys supporting the show, or just support us for free, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. All that helps more people find the program, and we appreciate you guys doing it. You can go to verygoodshow.org to support Craig.
Yep.
There's nothing there really, but go there and see what it's all about. You know,
That's right.
Uh-oh. Music ended.
It doesn't last forever.
And go to HackRideStudios.com.
That's
HackRideStudios.com. Support those guys as well. ELECTRA, Casey Day. They put all kinds of stuff together for the program. So make sure you support them. Thank them for a job done, as Jay Peterman once said.
That's right.
And thank you to Cardiff Electric.
Of course.
Oh, God. I've got to message him after this. Last time there was hell to pay. I didn't message him and thank him after he was on, and he didn't like that.
So you better do that.
He's a stickler for manners, and I respect that. So shout out to Cardiff Electric.
I love this costume. Bye-bye.
And we have a meme transition.
If you don't think that I've been hilarious this morning, I have news. This show is not for you. And we should lovingly part ways.
Hey, it's Boogie. Sappers clear the way. Everyone all the way.
Now, this is very interesting. Now, really, ladies, if you're listening, and men, and everybody in between.
If I tell you you've got a homicide, buddy, you've got a homicide.
I hope to hear from you soon.
I am proud to own the Trumpy bear, and I will always be proud to be an American.
Until then, have yourself a great day, and as always,
there's no cum on my mic.
Rock on.
Stop the baloney, huh? What kind of statement is that?
I wrote it. One of my favorite players to cover when he was here was Mike Vrabel. Tell me Mike Vrabel's story.
Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
Piss on it. Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you, Mike. All right. Stop, my belly hurts.
My dad was in the military.
Was that, sir?
Can you please kindly F off, please?
If a person is on a bridge threatening to jump, how do we know that he wants help?
Okay, I hope nothing's bad happened.
Money, 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 money. Fuck, please.
Anyway, God bless America.